Hi, Simone. I want you to go on this field trip with me. I was getting ready. I just saw your post, so let me turn this down. I was um I was trying to check out this video. So um can I hear myself? Oh yeah, I'm on here. Yeah, I wanted to go on this field trip because remember how I used to do field trips and we go over to other people's pages and do and listen to them. Um, so I wanted to because here's the thing. Here's the thing with this. You have uh you have this female and she's constantly saying, I'm not talking about you black men. I'm not talking about you black men. But every time she opens her mouth, who is she talking about? Whenever she shows her videos, what is she showing? She's showing a black man saying something. Who has been on her show? Black men, right? Aside from these two um scholars she supposedly had on her channel. Every time she's I mean here and the thing of it is that no, we don't care what you're talking about. We don't care about you and your cult. We don't care about you guys having sexual relations with each other. We don't give a shit about none of that. What we care about is that what is coming out your mouth is a lie. And then she will make excuses for the women. Oh, they're making unconscious decisions. They're making decisions based on their economic environment. Okay, well, what are the decisions? Why are these men? Why are these black men making the decisions that they're making? And here she's on here now talking about the black woman is the woman is God and this, that, and the third, and the men are children and okay, so if the women are in control and the men are the children, then you bitches are some bad mothers when it comes to these men. You bitches are if the men are children and they are misbehaving and don't know how to act like she said, and we are supposed to be the ones in control with the power and we're supposed to be God, then you have been and you are some bad fucking mothers. You're some bad gods. I mean, you're terrible. Your shit is you're terrible. It's fucking terrible. So anyway, I'm gonna share my screen. I don't think it's gonna show her, but I think we will be able to hear what she is saying. But I'm just like, make up your mind. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Because you're not. She's not talking about white men, and then she's talking about, oh, black men are scared of white men. No, they're not. Black men are scared of jail. Black men will set this motherfucker off. Okay, if it wasn't for the cops and being locked up and all, they would not be allowed. They would not allow these men of other races to treat them the way they do. But they have to exercise a certain level of restraint because they don't want to get locked up. Who the fuck wants to be in jail? We can say the same thing. Black women are scared of white women. How about that? And she keeps saying, "Oh, it don't go both ways." It does go both ways. You black bitches are y'all scared of them white females. How about that? Right? How about that? Anything you have to say about a black man, it also applies to a black woman. Just like I said on that podcast I was on. When you slit the black man's throat, you're slitting the black woman's throat. When you slit the woman's throat, you slit the black man's throat. She does not understand this, and this is the problem that I have. She is spewing so much of this rhetoric, and she does not understand that as a black people, it is what it is. Okay? We're not going to do any better if we continue to fight each other. And this is what they want. They want the black woman and the black man fighting each other so we don't fucking wake up, get together and say, hey, this fucking shit is not fair. Right? But if you have us separated like she's doing, like she's trying to do, like she's trying to separate the black woman from the black man, we are weaker that way. When you look at that riverboat thing, what if black women say, oh, well, shit, these men, they don't care about us. And you know what I'm saying? They just sitting there on the sideline on a boat in safety and comfort and watching the men fight with the white women. But no, that's not the way things go. When the white man is fighting, his woman jump in. When the black man is fighting, his woman is supposed to jump in. When the Mexican man is fighting, his woman is supposed to jump in. The female's supposed to get down. It is what it is, and it's always been that way. If you got two black men fighting and both of their girlfriends is there, and one of the girlfriends tries to help, the other girlfriend hops on the other girlfriend. That's nature, right? But anyway, let me share this screen. I really don't know what the broad is talking about, but like I said, I just want to prove that every time she fucking opens her mouth, she's talking about a black man, but she swears she's talking about all men. Right. That's what they were supposed to do. That's exactly what they were supposed to do. So anyway,
y'all can't hear me. My bad. You can't hear me. I had that on lock. Okay.
Now listen to this shit.
I got started without even having my lights on, so I wanted to go ahead and get my spiritual flow on point.
Right, she mix other men in there to hide.
See, this is why you got to know your value, ladies. This is a prime example of knowing your value and knowing your worth. Because after talking to knowing your value, France DeWall, your worth. I don't talk to pick-me's for that very reason right there. And there's supposed to be some other thing that I was supposed to do that I said that I wasn't doing because I don't deal with pick-me's. Because I don't give two fucks about the penis.
So she says, I don't talk to pick-me's. That's all that's in her fucking cult are pick-me's. These are all pick-me's. They got picked and they fucked around and found out because they didn't treat their men right.
That you sucking and fucking. That clouds your ability to rationalize. That clouds your ability to see the truth. I have no business talking to people who have no scholarship. Because let me tell you something.
She thinks, you know what? Let me tell you something. She has her own hand so far up her own ass that she thinks she's just some PhD. She thinks she is just some. She thinks she's on a level with researchers and scholars and I mean, what the fuck is she talking about? I have no business talking to people with no scholarship. What the fuck? Oh my God. She done talked to these two white men and she thinks she is just Queen Mother Earth. what she needs a real motherfucker to hand her ass and shut her down, right? But anyway, let's continue, because I listen. I don't talk about black men. I don't give two fucks about you men. Listen.
I really don't care what people think about what I'm doing, what people saying, because I'm in my own lane, minding my own business.
No, you're not. You're minding the business of these men. You have picked an angle on YouTube, and you are exploiting black men, and you're exploiting black women. This is an exploitation. Like I said, it's black exploitation at its finest.
But I have exuded a massive amount of feminine energy, feminine power, right? A massive amount. Right? Because I'm gaining attraction, I'm gaining attention from a lot of sources. And my audience is women. And one thing I can't stand about a motherfucker, I don't give a damn how many names a motherfucker call me. You can call me whatever you want to call me. I don't care. But one thing I can't stand about a motherfucker is they don't understand what accountability means.
Let me say something. You can be self-taught, but the difference in being self-taught is that you're learning the full picture. She has taught herself in one direction only, right? When you go to school for something, they don't just say, okay, we're just going to teach you all math. Okay, we're just going to teach you all English. Okay, we're just going to teach you all science. We're just going to teach you all sociology. No, you have to be a well-rounded, educated person, and the goal is to educate you in all areas of life, right? Even when you go to nursing school, you would think like, oh my God, what does this have? You have to have your health sciences, you have to have your English, you have to have your math, you have to have your biology, your anatomy and physiology, you have to have your basic education courses in school. And you be thinking like, well, what the fuck does that have to do with nursing? You have to know history, you have to know religion, you have to know all of that. You know why? Because you are dealing with every different area of life. You are dealing with every different culture in life, and you need to know how to deal with them because the cultures are different. So when I say she's trying to put an umbrella over all men, she cannot do that because there are cultural differences and cultural rules. So all men are not following the same cultural values and the same cultural rules, right? So yes, you can be self-educated, but you have to well-roundly educate yourself. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to educate myself in cellular molecular biology when it comes to men, and then I'm just going to talk about everything that's going wrong with men. No, it is an imbalance. And she'll tell you, oh, it is imbalanced over here because I talk to women. Okay, so that's why you sound stupid. That is why she sounds stupid. She is missing a whole nother area of life, which she doesn't fucking care about because she only studied to prove her narrative. She only studied so that it would fit her narrative. And this is what makes her a narrow-minded, stupid woman. So you can't go to nursing school and not learn about the different cultures, because how do you deal with your Muslim patients? How do you deal with your Asian patients? How do you deal with your Hispanic patients? So if I just said, oh well, I'm black, so while I'm here in nursing school, I just want to learn about black people, right? So yeah, and I don't know, even I don't, and then you get a Muslim patient and you don't know how to take care. Well, I don't know how to take care of her. She's not my concern. I'm just concerned about black people over here. So I don't know. No, you can't do that. Or I can't say, oh well, I just want to learn about how to take care of black women, right? Because black men's lives don't matter. Or I just want to learn how to take care of women because men's lives don't matter. So I'm just focused on, you can't do that. And that's what makes her look so fucking stupid.
And they don't want to understand it. How the fuck you gonna be mad about me doing what I'm doing in my own lane?
See, and this is what I said about the Black Manosphere. The Black Manosphere, they will tell you, oh, well, what do you care? Are you that type of woman? Well, what do you care about what's going on? And what do you care about what we're saying about black women? Because I am a black woman and I don't have it written on my forehead that no, I'm not the black woman you're talking about. So when we go out there in public as a black woman that everybody is degrading and talking about, we get treated a certain way. So now that she's saying, oh, men, what do you think men are out here in public dealing with? Right? And then we all know who she's talking about. We all know that she's talking about black men. So what do you think black men are dealing with as they go out here in public? Just like I did the live on bestiality. What do you think dog owners are people? How do you think the people that watch my live, which is not a whole lot, but how do you think the people that have watched my live, how do you think they see dog people now? They think they're fucking their dogs, right? It matters, but it's something that needs to be discussed. But in her situation and what she's doing in her own lane is that she's making excuses for women and their choices, but she doesn't want to allow men any wiggle room. And you are supposed to deal with people on an individual basis. But the fact of the matter is, over there and what she's doing is that every action has a reaction. Nobody told any of those women to go and open their legs before they were married. I can't stress this over and over and over again. Did your mama tell you the first time that man put his hands on you, did you leave? You do not go around disrespecting anybody. So why are you disrespecting the man that you're supposed to love? Why are you disrespecting the man that you're supposed to be living with? Why are you disrespecting the man you have children with? So if women are the ones with the power and we're the leaders and we're the gods, bitch, your behavior is out of control. Then that means it is because of you. It is your fault that men are behaving the way they're behaving. How about that? And you can't use the excuse of, oh, their economic status or their environment or this, that, and the third. And no, it's your fault, point blank, period. Well, why you God, right? You supposed to know you're God, right? Nobody should have to tell you anything. You're God. You're loving. You're supposed to be treating your children, if men are the children, you're supposed to be treating them with love, kindness, and affection. You're supposed to be teaching them how to act. What happened? What happened, Miss God?
And I'm not paying these niggas no attention. I'm not paying the manosphere no damn attention.
So, okay, but what do you mean you're not paying these niggas no attention? I thought you weren't only talking about black men. right? Well, why is the Black manosphere coming out of your mouth? I thought you didn't care. Shouldn't you be talking about all men? Where are your videos with Hispanic men saying what Black men are saying? Where's your videos of white men saying what Black men are saying? Because if it's all men, I beg to differ, because all these men, they do not have the same conversations about women. Now you got the white manosphere, right? But at the end of the day, you still don't hear them talking about, I got 10 baby mamas and I got 16 kids and I've been to jail and I this and I that, because Black men are the ones that are in the most distress. We lack culture, we lack cultural values, and we lack cultural rules, and we don't have consequences. Black men don't have consequences to their behaviors because they don't own or run anything. So they're free to do whatever the hell it is they want to do. But with men of other cultures, oh, they'll be shamed. Oh, they'll be ostracized. Oh, they won't hire them. Oh, you don't want to take care of your wife and that baby, or you don't want to marry that girl you got knocked up. Okay, you're not a part of the family anymore. Now go find your own way. That those types of consequences don't happen to Black men. So therefore, they are allowed to do and say and be whomever or whatever they want to, right? Because there's no cultural consequences. Even the African man, once he gets married, if it gets a divorce, he will kill himself. It is frowned upon. Divorce is frowned upon in Africa. Right? So Black men are with the Black community, basically, is in the most distress. So how does she fix her mouth to say it's Black man's fault, but then she gonna say, oh, I'm gonna make some excuses for Black women? It's bullshit.
I'm not paying the mammosphere no attention. The manosphere and the mammosphere, right? Because I called it like it was. First and foremost, your ass is not balanced at all. You want to tell me that it's on both sides, but your audience is male dominated.
So is she talking about this live she was on tonight? I gotta watch it. I gotta check it out and see what she said. But just because your audience is all men or majority men, yeah, you're unbalanced. But as she will say, her audience is 95% women, so she's unbalanced. So what have I been saying? There is an imbalance between Black men and Black women in the Black community. And the way to fix that is not to say, oh, Black woman, don't fuck with Black men anymore. No, fuck with them the right way. And first of all, control your mouth and your behavior.
And your mods are male. That don't sound like balance to me. You shouldn't see a balanced audience over here, because I let you know it ain't no damn balance over here. It's women. And women hold the majority of the power and the majority of the responsibility. Right? The majority of the responsibility and the majority of the power. Ain't no such thing as no damn balance. Hey.
Okay, so you heard it straight from her mouth. The Black woman, the woman has the majority of the power. So therefore, the Black manosphere is right. It is your fault, ladies. Y'all have the power. Y'all have the control. It's your fault, ladies. So everything that these men are doing wrong, so-called doing wrong, it's the woman's fault. Now, are y'all gonna take accountability?
No such thing as no goddamn equality. Right. So my audience is 95% women. 95. As it should be. Because it ain't no damn balance over here. But you claim to be balanced. It's on both sides, but you have a male-dominated channel. And I don't talk to men. Because men ain't did shit. Men can't do better. They don't have the ability to do better. So I'm not putting no responsibility on them. They're toddlers. They're children who are out of control, who do not have self-discipline. And they blame women for everything, as they should. Because women are the power source. Women are God. And since women...
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The whew, whew. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna block your accounts, let them block your accounts. There's nothing you can there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, it's a cult. They don't want anybody they don't want anybody over there that does not agree with her narrative. She does not want you to be a free thinker. She wants to control your mind and your vagina. Right? You control the mind, you automatically control the body. So what do you expect? Right? What do you expect? But at the end of the day, when it all falls down, only thing you can say to them is, I told you so. Right? All you can say is, I told you so.
Women are the power source and women are God. That would make her 100% responsible for what's going on. So since that's the case, I'm going to put my focus on the women. And let them know that you've been wrong for ever submitting to men.
And see, and this is my issue with that statement she just made. Because it does not, when she said on Sonetta's channel, these women have done everything you asked them to do and you still fucked over them. Well, you have men that said, you have men or women, you have men that have done everything that a woman wanted them to do, and he still got fucked over. It goes both ways. It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. Like, what is she talking about? It's a double-edged sword. She's responding to this show. What do you mean? What do you mean, Subone?
You do not have to tell you do not have to tell him to stand here or go yonder. He will find his appropriate place or his proper place and will stay in it. Women have been told how to be by men. And when you control the woman's thinking, you don't have to concern yourself with how she gonna act.
Oh,
you don't
okay.
have to tell her to stay here or go yonder. She will find.
Oh, the show that she just did. Okay, I get it. She always does that. She always responds to the show that she was on when she feels butthurt, when she feels like she lost, or her ego was I don't know, infringed on or busted up. She always does that.
Audience, ain't no men gonna sit up there and listen to you tell them the raw, honest truth and then patronize your damn channel with the majority of their audience dominating your damn analytics. You gonna sit up here and tell me you even it out? It's a goddamn lie. It's a goddamn lie.
I'm gonna have to check out that show. But
and every time. So when it comes to every 4 to 5 hours, a black woman is being.
Let me go back some. Because now she's using Cynthia G's
control men. You
points.
need to impute them with fear to have some level of control. So I let her hear the male.
Okay, we're gonna back it up a little bit more, right? Because I'm gonna show y'all how she's mixing shit up too. I'm gonna show y'all how she's just really, really mixing shit up. She got everybody and their mama. She has everybody in their mama's talking points. She has everybody in their daddy's sayings, and everybody in their daddy's got so research.
Much to say about what I'm doing, but they do not watch my channel.
And here's the thing. She's talking about black men. But the problem is that she doesn't have any research that directly.
Right.
Oh, let me pause.
Like when they was talking about what if
she doesn't have any research that can directly say what's going on with the black man. So she has to use research that says men. Okay, you have the black population of men. Their behaviors has been allowed to go on and unchecked and unresearched, that she couldn't find a definitive reason why black men act the way they act. And I'm going to tell you why. Because she has her history with black men is very limited. She didn't grow up in the 70s. She didn't grow up in the 80s. And she didn't grow up in the 90s. So she missed all of that, right? But she's so narrow-minded that she can't see that heroin messed the black man's mind up. Crack messed the black man's mind up. You have a lot of men and women I'm gonna just stick with men. You got a lot of black men that were crack babies, right? You had a lot of mothers that were crackheads that wasn't in the house to raise the kid. She doesn't want to do that type of research, because then that would tell her the mind of the black man and why they are where they are today, right? So she only wants to look at the behaviors, and then she wants to say it's all slavery. She wants to say it's all men, but she is talking about the black man. So only thing she could do was use biology, molecular cellular biology, to try to explain what the black man is doing, which she can't, because there are so many different chemical things wrong with the black man that she can't pick it out. So she wants to say it's all men. Honestly, when she's talking about all this testosterone and all that's white man shit, right? I doubt if you can put that on the Mexican man, because Mexican man has no kind of behaviors like the black man. Yeah, they had gangs. Yeah, they had, they sold drugs and they did different things of that nature, but they still have their culture and their cultural rules, right? the Asian man culture, cultural rules, right? So they didn't have all that shit. It wasn't as prevalent among them as it was among black men. A Mexican man, they didn't allow their women to do crack. It wasn't until they got over here to LA, right? And start selling dope in LA and start having Mexican gangs in LA. That's when their people started to be affected. But they still have their heads that are not affected with crack. We don't know. Shit, who is that? Fucking Al Sharpton could be a crack baby. We don't know it. Do we know who his mama is? Fucking all these leaders, they mamas could have been crackheads, right? They could have been crackheads themselves. We don't know this, right? There is a reason why there are no black men in the community that can get a hold on black men and turn them positive. You have Dennis Sperling, who got a hold of black men's minds and turned them evil. Yes, you got the Black Manosphere, who got a hold of these black men's mind and put all this submissive bullshit in their heads. We are trying to, as black people, I'm going to say black men, they have been trying to take on the cultural values of other races. All this fucking fit, feminine, friendly, submissive bullshit. All this traditional wife bullshit. None of that shit applies to us. That's why it does not work. We can't even take the African culture and apply it to African Americans or black people in America. We can't. We are cultureless. We have no rules. We're ruleless. Nothing rules over us. We have no, oh yeah, we fry chicken, we do barbecues, that's it. But that's not even ours. That belongs to the white folks. We don't, we not Kwanzaa. We not none of that shit. We not even Muslim. We're taking on other people. We're trying to take on other people's cultural values and rules. And this is why it does not work. I don't know what the hell to do. I don't know what the hell to do. And this is what we need to be trying to figure out. Not causing division and separation. I mean, really? But anyway, whatever makes her money, that's what she gonna go for.
If men were so violent, like if this was in their nature, if men were so violent, then why they ain't just killed all the women? The law wouldn't stop them. And then I go in to explain to her psychological and mental controls that they have on the male's mind, utilizing fear, which Confucius said, men are moved by two levers and two levers only. Fear.
Now, what I tell y'all, she is always looking at what some man said of that belongs to some other fucking culture. Who is Confucius? Who is Confucius? Kong Fuzi, Chinese Master Kong, commonly Latinized as Confucius, was a Chinese philosopher of the spring and autumn period who is traditionally considered the paragon of Chinese sages. Confucius' teachings and philosophy underpin East Asian culture and society. That ain't got shit to do with black men. Confucius ain't got shit to do with black men. Confucius was talking about Chinese men. So what in the fuck does Confucius have to do with the price of rice over here in Black America? None. Who the fuck is Confucius? Confucius ain't my grandpa. Confucius ain't nowhere in my fucking bloodline. Why would she think Confucius would be talking about black men? Confucius is talking about Chinese men. So like I told you, in her pot of witch's brew, she done mixed up all kind of bullshit and she's applying it to the black man. She's a liar when she says she's not talking about the black man. Because what is the majority of her audience? Black women. So cut the shit.
And self-interest. To control men, you need to impute them with fear. to have some level of control. So I let her hear the male tell you how all the men who actually could overthrow.
Let me see. Fuck what she talking about over here. I want to see the debate she did, the show she went on. Who was that? What was the name of that show? Let me see. What was the name of that show? Fuck what she talking about. She ain't talking about shit. She's talking about the same bullshit over and over and over the fuck again. Let me see. Oh, here it is right here. Let me share my screen. We're not gonna be able to see it, but we're gonna definitely be able to hear it. I want to hear what the hell went on because every time she don't get her way, or every time she gets her ass handed to her, she come over here running to her subscribers.
Them, and that she would be, she would do something very violent to them. And I wanted to know your thoughts on that, because I sat there and I was like, woo child. That was interesting.
I saw that. I think her take is typical of women in her age group. Well, a lot of women in her age group don't want to be married. I thought that her threat was just idle talk. I think that it's pretty typical of women in her age group, of women today growing up. They don't necessarily desire marriage. That's not necessarily what they want. And her reasoning was that she doesn't believe that men are faithful. That's also a very common belief amongst women too. Why would you want to marry if you don't believe a man has the ability to be faithful? So I didn't think too much into it, but I understood why, and her comments don't seem to be misplaced for her generation.
I was kind of looking at that, but then I was wondering, was it the demographic of men that she was choosing from, or was it a certain type of man that you're wanting to hold down and be faithful? And those men, I don't think have it in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's not the one. Which is the one?
Or, you know what I mean?
Especially because last week when we did
I thought it was the one. Yeah, it is the one. Here she go right here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it was 5 months ago. Okay, so which one is it? Which one is it? Let me see. Oh, 5 hours ago. Okay. Okay, let me share my screen. So it's this one right here. Okay, I thought it was that one. Okay, I see it. I got it. Here, let me share it and see. No, not that one. I just had it. Where is it? Hold on. No, let me get rid of this one. Okay, it's that one. Okay, that one.
And we are live. Hey, Concrete. Okay, Concrete is frozen. But
that's a lie. The title Black Male Worship is what's keeping Black women at the bottom. No, that's not true. That's not true at all.
I was like, nah, you ain't, not you talking shit in the chat, not you talking shit in the comments, talking about some black male worship.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you know, I'm real sensitive. And so I had to come see about it, like what's going on. Yeah, girl, what's going on? How's everything going? Let me see how you doing first before we get started.
Okay. Well, everything is well. It couldn't be better. I got hit by, girl, I just got hit.com. The school bus towed my damn car up this morning, parked, right? So, so now I got extra stuff to deal with on my hands. So, my
baby, but it was a school bus.
It was a school bus. Yeah. They got to take care of it, but damn.
All your insurance. Your back ain't hurting. You look like your back hurt.
They tried to get me to say that and all that stuff.
Your neck ain't hurting, babe. I mean, I'm be honest with you. Sometimes when you're hit, it takes a few days for the adrenaline to wear down to where you start to feel it. So you still
she gonna feel it.
Going
She
to the
damn sure she
doctor
gonna
or
feel
the
it.
hospital or something. Because you know, sometimes when you take a big impact, you take a hit, your adrenaline is up. You know what I mean? So I would still just consider, you know.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm pretty straight up, and
she didn't. Okay, so wait. So when she said you took a hit, your adrenaline is up. She ain't say nothing about that because she ain't know nothing about it. She don't know nothing about the adrenaline in women because she's not studied on women. She can't even help herself. I'm thinking, oh, Miss Educated Princella would have said, well, yes, you're absolutely right about that because adrenaline, so it's such and such. Adrenaline prevents you from feeling immediate pain, and you're actually more hyper, and your pain level is your pain threshold is actually high due to the adrenaline. And she skipped on by that because she don't know nothing about it. Oh my God. Whew. Wow.
I ain't hurt. I really ain't, and I got so much crap going on. I really don't have time to be juggling no extra stuff just because school was hitting me. Right? I just want my damn car fixed. That's it. Just
got you.
Okay.
Well, I'm hoping you get a new car out of it.
Yeah. Well, either one. Just fix my damn car. New car, fixed car. Just give me a car ride. Okay. All right. That's it.
Don't let them. The last time I had an accident,
somebody on here said my neck, my back, my
so hard. So I really had to get my insurance on and
biologist
and battle with these people. So it became ridiculous. Then getting them to reimburse me because it took longer than they anticipated to fix my car.
She can't tell us about her body because she don't know.
Yeah, that's too much.
Okay.
Like,
that's why I said
so that I got going on.
That's why I said when you get educated, you need to be well-rounded. You can't be educated and you can't be narrow-mindedly educated. So maybe that's how they should come. Well, Princella, what's going on in the woman's body? That's probably how you need to come at her. Well, what's going on with the estrogen levels in women? And, you know, what is the connection between... That's how you gotta get her. You gotta ask her about the woman's biology. Well, why is it that, you know, before women menstruate, they usually go through some type of psychological turmoil, whether it be depression, hypersensitivity, hypersexual behavior. Can you tell us a little bit about the women's biology? She gonna be like, well, you know, I haven't finished my molecular cellular biology on the biology of women, but I'm gonna get back to you on that. You can't. You have. She sure will. She'll spaz out and leave. Oh my God. I'm not gonna play with her. Oh my God. You know what, Prince Ellis, can you tell us at what stage the egg enters the fallopian tube? Can you tell us what chemicals causes the release of the egg into the fallopian tube to be fertilized by the male sperm? Oh my God. Can you tell us why the Black woman is so angry? Can you break down the molecular cellular reason that Black women are so angry? And no, we don't. And you can't say, and we don't want to hear we don't want to hear no emotional shit. We want to hear some scholarly articles that you have broken down to tell us. Yeah, it's patriarchy's fault that we got a cycle. Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't. Can you tell us why women grow gray hair? Can you break down the molecular structure on hair? Oh my God. I'm getting a headache. I can't. I'm not going to play these games. Oh my God. Whew. Oh my God. I can't. Okay, here I go. Let me find it. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh. Whew. I can't. I can't. Oh my God. Whew. Jesus. Oh. Whew, man. Oh my God. You see it. Come on. Oh. Whew. Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ. Oh, I mean, Mrs. Jesus Christ. Oh, so if the woman is God, that means Jesus was really a woman. Do you guys understand that? Let me see. Did you get the link? Oh my God. Oh, you're there? Okay. Huh? Why does it say device not connected? Let me see. What is going on with your device, Subone? Oh, you got to connect your mic. It says you have to connect your microphone before I can add you to the stream. Oh my God, that's crazy. Whew. Okay. Oh, yeah, it says, so I guess when you're trying to get on, so I'm going to kick you out. And then when you try to get on, allow your mic. So allow your mic. I guess that's what it asks you when you first go to get on. You have to allow whatever device you're using to use your microphone. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. So try it again. If anybody else that's listening want to come up, you could come up, because maybe we have to maybe we've been looking at things all wrong all this time. That is crazy. Let me go ahead. Okay, here you go.
Go.
Crazy. Hello. Let me go ahead. Okay, here you go.
There you go. I think it works now.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, you there? Okay, you got something going on in the background. You might have to mute the YouTube that you're watching. You got something going on in the background. You might have to mute the YouTube that you're watching.
Okay.
Going on in the background. You might have to mute the YouTube that you're watching. Okay, now talk and see what happens. Okay, you got also now you have to unmute yourself. I don't know what's going on, but you have to unmute yourself in order to talk. Okay, you got also now you have to unmute yourself. I don't know what is going on. You have to unmute yourself in order to talk. Okay, you got also now you have to unmute yourself. I don't know what is going on. You got another device on somewhere. Mm-hmm. I know black men didn't. You know what? Black men didn't come up with patriarchy. So I don't. So that's why I said when she put an umbrella. She's talking about y'all. She's talking about black men. But in order to disguise that, and in order to get women subscribers of other races, she want to make it all men. The women of other races don't have the same problems with their men that we have with ours, because their men take care of them. Why do you think when our men get with women of other races, they take care of them? Because that's what's expected in that woman's culture. And so they can't get with that woman of another culture and not take care of her. Because once they get a woman of another color, those black men fall under the rules of that other culture. Right? So just like if a black woman went out and dated outside of her culture, she's going to fall under the rules of that culture. So if you date a Hispanic man, you're going to have to follow his program. You're going to have to follow the Hispanic man's program. And so when women of other color, when they leave their community to come to the black community, they're leaving their culture, which means they don't want to deal with their culture. And you can tell how they act. So the black man, he'll usually do that woman of another color the same way he does a black woman, because he's still under his own color. And so, I mean, it's just something you really gotta pay attention to. But yeah, she's a motherfucker. She's a good scammer. This is what you call a good scammer. Come on, Soup on, what happened? It's what you call a good scammer. But anyway, let's go.
I got like the business team having me do stuff like for the business. I got all of these shows that people got booked, and I got these books. I really am overwhelmed with so much stuff that's going on. I don't have time to play with these people. Just fix my car.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. So what do you have? Okay, we seen you released the 41 Shades of Men. Mm-hmm. How's that going? I saw you had some great book sales. There's a couple people on my timeline that don't know that we've been associated, that I've seen actually recommend the book and talk about the book.
Oh yeah, the book is off the chain, right? And the sales are global,
Let me say this really quick. Yeah, she bypassed slavery, because if she makes a reason for the way black men behave, she wouldn't have the argument that she has. She has to dismiss everything that happened to the black man and the black community, and put biology in its place to say that, oh, the man acts like this because of his biology. He doesn't act like this because of slavery, because of oppression, because of racism, because of segregation. He don't act like that because of that. He just acts like this because it is in his nature, and this is his biology, and irregardless of what has gone on, what has happened, he is this way, and that's a fact. That's what she's doing, and that's why she added all men, because when you strictly focus on the problems with black men, you have to add the heroin, you have to add the army, you have to add heroin, you have to add crack, you have to add gangs, you have to add imprisonment, you have to add crack mothers, crack fathers, you have to add all of that, right? And then you can, because see, you have to keep re-educating black people on why they are the way they are. Who, aside from the saint and the sinner, Marquette, who is willing to come on here and say their mother had a drug addiction problem? Who? If men were to come out and say, my mom had a crack issue, my mom had an issue with crack, right? If men came out and said, well, my mom had an issue with crack while she was pregnant, I was a crack baby, right? If the men come out and say, well, my father was in prison while my mother was pregnant with me, so he never raised me. What black men need to start doing is they need to start coming out and saying what their family issue is. And that will give you the problem right there. If the black men that can barely read, they need to come out and say, well, shit, I didn't get a proper education. This is why I act like I act. How the fuck am I supposed to act without a proper education? You know, no, I don't have my own place because I don't know how to fill out a goddamn rental application. No, I don't have a fucking job because I ain't never worked in my life. I don't know how to handle myself on a job, right? Black men need to come out and say what their problem is. You can't just put on a suit and a nice pair of shoes and pretend like you don't have a fucked up history, because your fucked up history is why you are the way you are today if you've never taken the appropriate steps to fix it and then come to where you are. A gold chain and an expensive watch does not dismiss the fact that you got issues. Right? So the problem, the reason she is allowed to get away with what she's getting away with right now is because black men aren't being honest about what the fuck is actually wrong with them. If they started coming out and stop this fucking foolishness on these podcasts, making it look like everything is all good in the hood, then that would shut her up. She wouldn't be able to just simply blame it on biology, because now you start to say, oh, okay, that's what's wrong with that. So instead of all these fucking groups talking about men going your own way because black women are X, Y, and Z, no, men are going their own way because look at my history, right? If men would be honest about what is actually wrong with them, then you would be able to, it would dismiss her argument, and then she had to put that biological shit on these men of other races that have every fucking thing. Like I said, all that testosterone, all that bullshit, that's on them. That's on the men of other races. That ain't got shit to do with black men. Yeah, you got some crack babies in every fucking race, right? But it's the most prevalent in the black race. Yeah, you have drug addicts in every race, but it's most prevalent in the black race. Who smokes the most fucking weed in the goddamn world? Black people. Who drinks the most fucking alcohol in the black community? Black people. Who buy the most goddamn weaves in the world? Black people. We got a fucking problem. And until we start coming out and saying what the problem is, it's never going to get fixed, and she's going to forever have this argument. You got a lot of these black women that were crack babies. You got a lot of these black women that can't read. That's what's wrong with her audience over there. Like I said, she got a whole bunch of degenerate black women, no education, low education, don't know how to act, don't know how to behave, grew up in abusive homes. All that is the issue. And when she says, these women, They don't have anything to choose from but these types of black men. Okay, well, who the fuck else gonna choose them? Because they dumb as a bag of rocks. Who else gonna choose a black woman that has low education, barely can read? Her counterpart. Who else is gonna choose a black woman that wear weave all down her fucking back and these goddamn claw ass nails? A black man. There's no prestigious white men or prestigious Asian men or white men or Hispanic men checking for no black woman from the fucking hood. What is she talking about? You choose who you're next to. You basically choose who you're matched with. So, I mean, come on now. That's why it's like hey. But to her, she sounds good. To her, she's right. To her, it's all biology. To her, it's all nature. Whatever.
Over the world purchasing my material, because, no matter what you...
And let me say something to this day. Black men ain't out there hunting for shit. It's white men still out there hunting lions, tigers, and bears. Catching alligators and shit. Ain't no black men doing that. Black men are still out here hunting and killing lions and shit. That's in their fucking nature. The African American men, they don't know shit. They don't know shit about hunting. What is she talking about? But she wants to put it on biology because it makes her argument sound good and it makes her sound good.
Or talking about, you always got to stand on principle, right? When you start getting into stuff like race and all that, man, you start to muddy the waters, because it's really just about principles, right? It's about facts. It's about science, right?
Now, see how she's being deceptive. Oh, wait, you can't really put it on race because you have to stand on principle. It's about science. See how she doing that? See how she doing that? See how she do? Hey, Coco, you're back again, huh? Yeah, she's just she's being very dismissive of everything that has happened. Listen, the woman don't like black men. She don't like black men. Why can't we just all come to that conclusion that she don't like black men? She's scared of them. She ain't gonna look at the information because there is new information out there. She's not gonna. All her information is old. Look at how old her information is to begin with. When's the last time Confucius said any fucking thing? Isn't Confucius dead? The hell? So I don't know. But anyway, let's continue.
Right.
All that extra stuff is irrelevant. So I appeal to a wide demographic. And it's so interesting because people keep asking me, well, Priscilla, what's your target audience? Women. Well, what age group? What profession? Women. You know why? Well, what age group? From 15 to 80? Because literally when you look into the women that's listening to me in person, they're of all age groups. They're of all racial and ethnic backgrounds. They are of all professions. I literally had a woman today make a comment telling me that she had a master's in biology and that she's never heard a scientific breakdown the way I break it down. I always have like high-level scientists backing up what I say, right? And they've been backing it up for 2 years now. Right?
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So,
has your chat child? Oh my gosh! Hey. Okay, that's my brother / spiritual advisor playing you off the chain.
mm-hmm.
This man said, Kid Cloud said, idiots do come in all races. Oh, they over there clowning. Oh my God, they over here clowning.
Surprising with your white demographic. at all, because when you're Black, of course it's easy to get a Black audience, but has your white demographic
Are you ready,
surprised
Sidon?
you? Because when you're Black, of
I'm
course
surprised. I'm not surprised, but I haven't had a white
Are you ready, Sidon?
realize.
Let me mute myself and you talk.
Is there still noise? Is there still noise?
Yeah, there's still background noise. There's something else on. Hold on.
Few of them apologize for the.
There has to be something else on in your background. There's something else on. I don't know if it's a. Are you on a computer? Type in the chat. Well, can you type in the chat if you're on a computer? Do you have another window open besides your StreamYard? If you have another window open besides your StreamYard, then click off of that other window.
All right, I think I got it.
Okay, there you go. Hi, this is my first time ever talking to you, like hearing your voice. How are you?
I don't talk on the computer.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're here. So, what do you think about what's your opinion on this, Brian? What is your opinion? Come on, tell me.
Well, it's just like you said, right? She's a nut job, which is crazy.
She is a nut job. She's making money though. She's making money. And okay, there you go. Yeah, she's making money, and she really believes what she's saying. And like I said, she's talking about Black men. She will swear up and down that she's not talking about Black men, or that I'm not talking about y'all. I don't care what y'all do. But that's what her whole argument is based on. And then when she does bring up any research, it's either talking about biology or it's talking about the Black man. So she's trying to dismiss everything about what the Black man has been through and attribute it to biology. So that's why she has to say all men, because your biology and your chemical structure, your chemical makeup can be altered by so many different things. So she wants to be really, really dismissive because she doesn't want to allow, she doesn't want women to say, oh, okay, that's why. She doesn't want the women in her audience to know the truth, because then there will be no reason for them to support her. And then if you look at the fact that you can tell, even when they come on my page and make those stupid comments, if I was going to be your follower, like when you go to church, what's in the pew? What's in every pew for everybody? The Bible, right? The Bible is there. So you can read and follow along. You can, stay on topic with the pastor and different things like that. So with her following, why aren't they reading? Why isn't she telling them to go get Pimpin' Ken's book? Why isn't she telling them to go get the 48 Laws of Power? Why is she not telling them to go and get the same material that she's reading so that they can read it for themselves? Why is it so necessary that they get only her books, even though that's what she's supposedly doing her workshops on? But at the same time, that is not where she got her argument from. She got her argument from these science books, Pimpin' Ken, 48 Laws of Power, and all these other books. So therefore, her audience should also be able to read the information for themselves, not have her read it to them and explain it to them the way she wants to, but so that they can gain their own understanding. So I mean, yeah, she just it's a scam, and she figured just like the Black Manosphere. You know, you got a lot of black people with weak minds. The black mind is the weakest mind on earth. They're the strongest as far as physical, but they're the weakest as far as the mind. And we're supposed to what be weaker and wiser?
Negative beliefs that they've held due to ignorance and all this stuff. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. I get inundated with emails all day, every day from all over the globe, right?
Yeah.
International, right? And so I despise, one of the things that I despise is just because the message is coming from a black woman, people trying to box me in and try to say that I'm talking about black men. They just want my attention so bad. They want my attention so bad. I talk about men.
Okay.
And so I don't give a damn what your ethnicity is, what your race is. Men all over the globe, Chinese, white, right? Indian, male is a male, no matter the ethnicity. So when people keep trying to box me into this black thing, I don't even entertain it, because I'm listening to people who want to be victims so bad.
That's interesting, child. That's real interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I had a world-renowned primatologist, 50 years in the game, primatologist, white dude, right? Right? On my channel. Science. All I care about is science and the facts. I spoke to Jane Elliott and I dragged her up and down the intellectual.
How did that go? You know what? I was like, this is the thing with me. I don't generally sign up for people membership because I don't be wanting nobody's money. I don't want nothing coming out of my check. Then it has to.
Right.
So I saw that you interviewed Jane Elliott. Of course, we're very familiar with her. She did the racial experiments back in the day. And you know that was global. So how did that go?
Oh, I exposed her so cold as being a smooth fraud. I made her disconnect from the interview. Oh, I'm not ready to have this conversation. I wasn't prepared. But that's what earlier you said you were ready to go. You was prepared. That I couldn't teach you nothing. And it wasn't nothing that I could say that you ain't heard before. Shit. By the time it was over, within, I think it was maybe 45 minutes, an hour, maybe.
45 minutes, girl.
Tapped out.
Not Big Jane, girl.
Yeah, she's smooth fraud. Been playing black folks and don't know nothing. And to make a long story short, how you want to dismantle racism and you uphold and support the very people who push racism. See, she didn't want to descend to that white man. She told me, well, if I believe what you believe, then that means I would have to talk against the very people that made it possible for me to do what I do. Yeah, that came out her goddamn mouth. I exposed her to be a damn fraud, so-called. Right. See, I don't play. I don't care the race, the age. I tell the truth. And Jane Elliott been pimping the black community.
Maybe that's why she got hit by that bus this morning. Oh my God.
You know, we bought into it hook, line, and sinker, because it seemed like, you know, every time a white person shows a bit of empathy for us, we're always ready to invite them to the barbecue. We want to have them over. We want them to be able to sit down and kick up their feet. And I think it still ends up turning into them receiving extra attention, extra affection, and shit that should be preserved for our people. We end up doing the same thing that we're trying to get away from.
It was cold. It was cold the way I did it, because every It's like she got a pre-programmed tape that's running in her head.
Yeah, she's been with the same
Like the same shit over and over. And she's been making money doing this, right?
facts. She
But
has.
is it? Wait! Whoa! If you listen to Princella talk, isn't that what she's doing? That they're all a bunch of scammers. You're all a bunch of scammers. Like, what is the difference between her and Jane Elliott? Princella has a script that she's following also. She's a big ass scammer. And she's doing the same thing that they're saying Jane Elliott is doing, but she's doing it in reverse. She got white women and all these women of other races on her platform with all these black women. You know what? Is it because they want some attention? Is it, Prince Helena invited them to the barbecue? Isn't that the exact same thing? So she's giving some sympathy to women for the things they've been through with men, right? And so knowing that it mainly affects the black community, but then you got a few unicorns coming from the other races, and so now they're invited to the barbecue. Princella's doing the same damn thing. The hypocrite. Okay, so now we add hypocrite to the list.
Talking to black folks, and they've been, hey, Jane, I love me some Jane. Baby,
Right.
she got tomato. Baby, it was so easy for me to dismantle that. She started talking about the pale, stale male and all that. But, sweetheart, you're married to the pale, stale male. The pale, stale male. Right? So it's cool for you to say.
Now, here's my thing. Now here's my thing. I have always said this, especially when I talk to my daughters, I've always said this. I believe you more if you are a lesbian and you've never had penis. I would believe every freaking thing that came out of your mouth about why you don't like men, about why you like women, and that you were born gay. I would believe that. But you can't tell me that a woman that has had penis and had children, she's all of a sudden interested in women. I have little to no respect for that type of lesbian, right? I support the ones that have never had dick and attention before, right? I really don't give a shit about their sexual preference. However, when you have had penis and a child, there must have been something good about the dick because you've been having it all this time, and now all of a sudden you don't like men anymore. Like you're tired. What happened? What happened? You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, if like what? I don't think it's the fact that, dick is stigmatizing and the sperm has you, thinking all crazy, which is a bunch of bullshit. It's hogwash anyway, right? But them dumb bitches over there, they're gonna listen to her anyway. Tell them that sperm is what's fucking up their mind. I ain't never heard no shit like that before. I was like, really? Sperm is messing. Sperm is not checking for you. Sperm is checking for the egg. And oh my god! Now I can. Oh my god! The chemical structure of the sperm is what got you women out of your minds. I was like, oh my god! Like, I don't know. I can't never say, after my husband or somebody or my ex-boyfriend ejaculated in me, I couldn't find my way to work. I can't. I can't say that. I can't say that sperm. Once I got some sperm in me, I forgot how to cook. I can't say it. I mean, I can't say, sperm made me forget to pay my rent. I mean, I don't know how to turn a faucet on anymore. I mean, I was like, oh my god, that is some of the dumbest shit. Whew. No, but they believe it. But they believe it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
That the racism and all that. Baby, when I got done tearing all that shit down, she started talking about folks blaming these pale stale males, because she started taking up for these pale stale males by the time I was stupid.
Girl, that membership is worth it, honey. Cause when I say, when I discovered Jane maybe about a decade ago or so, and was watching the experiments, and I think she was on the news and shit at one point, like Dateline or some shit like that back when. And I think we kind of have you want people to be able to empathize with you, but when it's another race of people and we feel like we've been oppressed by that race, you want them to have an understanding of you. So it seemed like she was demonstrating some understanding of, especially since she had taught in the school system and she was working with the children and talking about how they've been conditioned to worship white people, but a victim to her own conditioning.
But see, now check this out. This is the same. If you can see that with white people, why can't you see it with the male? Because this is the same exact thing that Derrick Jackson did. Women want men. Women have been dogged by men. They have been hurt by men, let down by men. And as soon as a man sounds like he's empathizing and understand a woman, they flock to him just like that.
Okay, but isn't that what her audience is doing? She got that from Vagina Power. I'm gonna have to look that up. But isn't that what she's doing? So soon as these women have been hurt by men, supposedly dogged by men, and as soon as she came along and told them she understands and I'm gonna fix y'all, they fought to her. Why is she the pot calling the kettle black? I don't get it.
Guess what? When Derrick Jackson started doing that, what did the men say? Oh, he a simp. He just telling y'all what y'all want to hear. Collectively, men said that. Why would they say that if it's possible for a man to be genuine?
Well, I would beg to differ. What about Kevin Samuels? Because Kevin Samuels' audience was predominantly female, and females were going over there for his validation. While they dogged Kevin out, they were his biggest supporters. Yeah. So in one breath, you have a guy that's feeding you what you want to hear, and on the other side, you have somebody that's telling a version of their truth about women.
Mm-hmm. No, because then that would be the same thing with women, okay? When women tell their version of truth about men, but no.
Okay, so boom, bingo bango, there we go. We got women telling their version of the truth about men, and we have men telling their version of the truth about women, but we always know there's three sides to a story: his side, her side, and the truth. So to me, it's a nobody's taking it, neither male nor female is taking accountability, and it's join my pity party. It's literally join my pity party. I don't do pity parties. I take responsibility and accountability for every freaking decision I have ever made in my life, whether it was outside or inside influences, because you still have the free will to make decisions for yourself. Why can't we just chalk it up to I made a bad decision? Why the man can't chalk it up to he made a bad decision? That makes more sense to me than everybody blaming everybody else for what happened in their lives when you need to take accountability for what the hell you did. So if we look at it like this, the lady that was out, the girl that was out at the club the other night, one night, and she said that the man came up, intentionally spilled one of her drinks, and then put something in one of her other drinks. Whose fault is that? Whose fault would that be? That would be her fault, because you're supposed to have your womb at home and not in the club. And number two, they told you how to protect your drink. You're supposed to stick the napkin, poke the straw in the napkin, and cover your drink with a napkin. You're supposed to club and drink responsibly and safely and protect yourself, which she didn't do that. And then it's the man's fault because he's not supposed to be slipping anything in anybody's drinks. But they each hold separate accountability for the situation that happened. We all know when you go to the damn club, if a man likes you and sees you that you're vulnerable and you won't give him any play, or whether if he ain't even asked for no play, he just want to take play, he's gonna fucking spike your drink. So as a woman, why would you even be putting yourself in that type of environment and then not even putting protective measures in place so that you're not slipped with a Mickey? And then, being a woman, you should be always up on what's going on with women in society. So how would I know that happened in the club to that lady? Because I stay up on women's issues and where they are vulnerable. Why do I not go to the club anymore? I haven't been to the club and I don't know how long, because it's freaking dangerous out there, right? So it's like they leave their senses behind when they want to have fun. And then they want to blame somebody else for the problems that they have. Just like these women that go on these dating sites. Okay, you met a fucking lunatic on the dating site. Ma'am, why are you on the dating site again? That is where all the Looney Tunes are. So it's like, but then you ask her, oh, well, I just met him on a dating site, but he wasn't supposed to be the way that he was. Okay, who said that? No, what she should be saying is, you're right, I should not have been on that dating site. It's because I was on that dating site and opened myself up to that type of environment. That's why what happened. And then I didn't even get the man's first and last name and didn't even do a background check on him to see what kind of lunatic he was. So, I mean, come on, nobody is wanting to take accountability for their role.
Women that called up to talk to him were not the ones that didn't like him. It was the ones who wanted his validation, because I never called his show, and it's a bunch of women that never called his show.
I never called his show.
Right.
Now, he actually came over here before he blew up. Don't get me wrong, we were familiar with him and we were in the same spaces quite a bit. And he would come over here every now and then. But I'm married, so I didn't have a reason to. And Concrete was, we both got married within the time frame. So we didn't have a reason to call him to a show. So,
right. So they're the ones who wanted his validation. Because when you don't care, you're not giving nobody no attention. I never called that. I never watched his show, and I never called the show, right? Mm-hmm. Because I don't care about your validation. And there's a bunch of women that didn't, but it was a bunch of women that did. Why? Because women, it's Stockholm syndrome. They want to figure out how to, quote unquote, get it right with men.
Okay, so she knows that her audience is suffering from Stockholm syndrome. And this is why she knows they're so vulnerable, and this is why she can pick their pockets. She's telling you, I keep trying to tell people, she is telling you who she is. She's telling them to their faces, and they won't listen. My goodness.
And no matter what they do, right, it don't work. That's just a fact. Hold on. No matter what they do, it doesn't work. So Kevin took pride in cutting women down. He took pride in slashing them down. This is the definition of Stockholm Syndrome. The same people who cut you down, you're wanting them to empathize with you. You want them to validate.
Okay, so yeah, when she calls the women in her audience bitches and hoes and dumb and y'all stupid, if y'all gonna be stupid and still deal with these men, yeah. She's telling y'all to y'all face who she is and what she's doing.
You. So I don't see no difference in Kevin Samuels and Jane Elliott and Derek Jackson. I see no difference in either one of them.
And we see no difference in her.
We stand on principle, right? Mm-hmm. Principle applies to a wide range of topics, subjects, and disciplines. Principle. So what we're talking about is the principle of deception, the principle of Stockholm Syndrome. They called to get abused, told that you ain't enough, to tell a six-figure woman that you don't qualify. They called to get abused. People who are abused by people have something called Stockholm Syndrome, where they show empathy and some type of emotion towards the abuser, right? So there is no difference with women wanting that from men and Black people as a whole wanting that from people like Jane Elliott, which is the reason why Jane Elliott was able to make so much money, because niggas just want validation from white folks. They're finally getting it. Somebody understands us. No, the fuck they don't. They playing you. And men knew Derek Jackson was playing women. They knew that, which is why they collectively called him a simp and was so happy when it came out in the open that he was just as degenerate as they said he was collectively, because men know each other. So if
men know each other and had this same thought and had a collective thought process about Derek Jackson, the thought process about Derek Jackson was not like that of Kevin Samuels.
Because Kevin Samuels was not stroking women's egos and telling women what they wanted to hear. He was telling women what men collectively wanted women to know. They collectively want to beat up on women. See, that's the part that you're not getting.
No. I don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, because there was a certain whoop that trick culture, and I would say that Concrete and I experienced the whoop that trick culture firsthand. We've experienced that. The space that we've been in, and I would say that we actually rectified that, because we've come to an understanding of what that actually was and the space that we were in, and had to kind of come to like some conclusions about it. You know what? There are some people in this space that want you to get up on these panels, want to see niggas dog you out, want to see niggas talk crazy to you, want niggas just talking real reckless to you, talking up under your clothes. I don't necessarily disagree with you there. That being said, a lot of times I'm not going to say that I thought that Kevin was lying to these women. Now he may have said the things that men wanted to hear as far as the beat up aspect, but in another aspect, I think he was honest with a lot of women as far as their dating standards, what they wanted from a man.
No, Kevin Samuels put this narrative in Black women's heads that, so he's saying, only 1% of the population of men make over 100K a year. But when you're talking to Black women who don't understand what 1% means, and who don't understand that the 1% doesn't include a whole bunch of Black men, but so they're going to be delusional about their expectations. In their minds, there was a whole bunch of Black men making six figures. So this is why they were on his show talking about they want a man that makes six figures. because he presented to them that there was a whole bunch of black men making six figures. And then to top it off, the Black Manosphere, they basically showed black men how to dress, how to look like money, even though they didn't really have any money. So then when you have all these middle-class black women, because a lot of these women that came on his show, they were making a pretty penny. A lot of them had their own businesses. A lot of them had master's degrees, bachelor's degrees. A lot of them, they were in the environment to where you would see nice looking men. So these black men learned how to dress up and look rich and walk around, because mind you, there's also a fraction of the manosphere that's pickup artists. So you had a lot of black men pickup artists that were just running around here looking for sex, learning how to pick up women. And one of the key factors in how to pick up a woman is you have to look like money. So you have to make the woman think you have money in order to make her look your way. And then when you snag her and then you have sex with her and then you dump her, then, she's like, dang, I thought this nigga had money. We know men with money, they carry themselves in a different way, right? So these women were under the impression that, oh my God, I see all these nice looking dressed up black men and they're traveling and, they got their passports and, oh my God, they must be making, six figures. I can have one of them. So let me call Kevin Samuels and get critiqued by him and see if I qualify for one. So his whole thing was a scam as well.
In comparison to who they thought they were as women. You got a woman with 5 kids by 5 different niggas talking about she wanted.
So that was just a way for Kevin Samuels to get them to call his show. Because if Kevin Samuels was just handing out verbal ass whoopings without having these women think that at the end of the day they will qualify for a prize, they would never call. As you can see, they were all calling. I was filing my nails. I'm sorry. I was filing my nails. I'm sorry. But yeah, if he had not have put it in their heads that they were going to be potentially getting a 6-figure man or learning what a 6-figure man wanted, they would have never called. If it was just him telling women, you fat, you black, you stupid, you too educated, you this, you that, for some mediocre dude, they wouldn't be calling in. It's like, dude, I don't need your help to find me somebody that's making $12,000 a year. I don't need your advice for that. But his gimmick to get them to call was the high value man theme. Yeah, they're all some scammers. All these fucking YouTubers on here that's taking these people money, it's nothing but scammers. The ones that's not providing a service and asking for money.
And it's the likelihood of that happening is probably not going to happen.
But you know what? I tell the women the same thing. I tell them Kevin Samuels will lie about that. Why? Because men are incapable of reaching women's height. And so what you're asking for is delusional, because men collectively can't even meet basic standards. So in order to get women to get with men, you literally have to bring women down. So
what does that mean? That men aren't able to meet women's height in their basic standards?
It's real simple. Because guess what? The woman that got him to go viral, she was a 6-figure earner. Right?
She was didn't she have a dog grooming business? She had a dog grooming business.
When it comes to money, the very first thing is we ain't making that. We can't do that. So if women start to elevate financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, men will not be able to reach those heights. If you go to the website that they always reference and say, put what you want in a man there, whatever you put in, that's only 1% of the population. So here's the thing. Women are actually quoted, and you hear it from them. The reason why women can't find a man because they became the man that they wanted. They say that out their own damn mouth. So what we not going to do is act like Princella's not saying something that they are not acknowledging themselves. So what the fact of the matter is, if you allow women to elevate without the male, the average male will not be able to reach her standards. So in order to get Black women or women with men, the only way that you can do it is to keep women from moving up the ranks. That's the only way.
That's interesting.
Male can't do it. He can't do it.
That's interesting. Seeing as though we have men on average have higher earning potential per year. Just their average earning potential is higher than Black women. If we just look at Black men versus Black women. And then if that's the case, I don't think we would have so many single mothers in the predicaments that they're in, because it's not a man that's holding them back.
Right.
Okay. First and foremost, what is earning potential? Because potential and kinetic energy ain't the same. Just
actually, it's what they earn per
Potential
year.
is in fact, though.
I misspoke though. It's not even their earning potential. What the average Black man's earnings versus the average Black woman's earnings, I think there's like a $10,000 difference.
Okay, all you have to do is pull up the facts. That's all you have to do is pull up the facts and post them, right? Because the fact of the matter is, studies have shown that Black men's earnings are increased when they're married to Black women, because Black women are the number one contributors to men's income. Leave the male by himself. Where's all this homelessness, right? Where's all this homelessness? Where's all these men making so much money? Because if they are truly making that money, why are they complaining about these things? The fact of the matter, there are more Black women in higher level degrees than men. Than Black men.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
So, and I'm talking about professional degrees. I'm not talking about.
I agree with that as well.
Okay. So
I
that
looked
means
at those stats too. I agree.
So, guess what? Where are the Black men at for those women? They
They're
can't.
going overseas because the women over here are too masculinized.
Let me tell you something. There is a group there. There was a group of men. I saw this photo. I think it was a few years ago. It was a whole class of Black men who were graduating medical school. They had on their caps and gowns and everything, and they were graduating from medical school. I've spoken about this before. When she asked, where are these Black men that are making all this money? Where are they at for Black women? Those Black men have taken on wives from other races. Because the fact of the matter, and it's not that they've taken on a dumb wife from another race. When Kevin Samuel said white women go to college to find their husband, he was telling the truth. White women don't go to college to become this master at a craft. They go to college to get a degree so that they can help their high-earning husband maybe run the business. They can run the household competently, educate the children competently when it comes to going to school and the PTA meetings, and know what's being talked about, and know what the PTA meeting, what the minutes are, who's taking the minutes, and what we're discussing. They have to be educated in order to do that, right? So Black men aren't graduating medical school and college and different things like that, and then going and getting a Black woman, because Black women, I'm sorry to say this, but Black women are in competition with Black men. It's a competitive thing when it comes to Black women. Oh, well, I got my degree too. Oh, well, you can't tell me what to do because I got the same kind of degree as you. Or you can't tell me what to do because my degree is higher than you. And this is where the problem comes in at. Because you can have a white woman and a white man, and they have the same level of degrees, but she will never buck up to him like that, because they're not in competition, because they know that it takes two to tango. It takes two to raise children. It takes two to run a household. It takes two to provide. So while we're competing against each other, talking about my degree is better than yours, and well, your degree ain't no higher than mine, they go get the white women, because the white women know that this man is he's to be respected as a man. It ain't got shit to do with testosterone. It has nothing to do with patriarchy. It has nothing to do with any of that. She knows that, hey, I'm a woman and he's a man. And black women, for some reason, they think they're men. They think they're men. And this is why they talk to black men the way they do. It doesn't matter how much a black man is making. You should still not disrespect him, especially if you decide to be his woman. Why the hell would you agree to be a man's woman and he's not making as much as you? He makes less than you, but you want to bring him in your life, or you want to go in his life and make it pure hell. Who does that? So this is why those women are over there having all the problems that they're having, is because they're disrespectful and they think they're better than men. So give me a break.
Jay Rello ain't no damn master.
Jay Rello is not a nigga that we
No, right. But
I don't even know who that is.
I'm trying to get you to understand it's a bunch of them niggas going overseas. A bunch of niggas like that going overseas, okay? So it ain't these high-level ass men that's just going overseas. It's just not them. It's a bunch of desperate dudes going overseas. Do you have some that are actually making and earn? Yes, but people with major earning potential, they don't have to run from the United States because they got it like that anywhere they go, no matter where they go. So a lot of these dudes are stone cold tricks, and it's too expensive to trick in the United States. Let's keep it a buck. It's too damn expensive to trick in the United States. So take your ass to a third world country so your dollar go longer. That's what they do. Okay? So the fact of the matter is, if you elevate as a woman, these dudes will look at you as quote unquote too masculine. Because let me tell you what masculine energy is. Masculine energy is work ethic, willpower, and determination. And a person who puts in work is operating in masculine energy. If you moving, if you're just doing, you're operating in masculine energy. And because women are dual by nature, women have access to femininity. They have access to femininity, which is a creative energy. When you combine that natural access to feminine energy, which the majority of women have because they are in the feminine vessel, when you take that mental femininity, which is creativity, and combine that with work ethic, willpower, and determination, you create with ease. The male is struggling to do that shit.
Okay, I'm gonna back this up really quick because she gave a definition of male energy. She like to create her own shit. So she gave her definition of what male energy was, right? So I'm gonna give the definition of male energy that I see, as far as what male energy is. So it says, let me see. It says masculine energy traits to show. Wait, I didn't know. That's not what I wanted. That give me too much. I don't feel like reading a whole doggone article on masculine energy. It says masculine energy is often associated with confidence, structure, and decisiveness. It is the energy that moves us forward in life, helps us take risks, and achieve our goals. It is the energy of assertion, courage, and action. It is the energy of competition and winning. Protecting and providing for others is also a part of masculine energy, right? Sounds like a woman. sounds like the woman, right? But it doesn't. So now let's hear what she said masculine energy is.
Let's keep it a buck. It's too damn expensive to trick in the United States. So take your ass to a third world country so your
It ain't said nothing about masculine energy being work ethics. Come on. Let me pause it and then it'll catch on. Let me see. Pause. attention. Yeah, both sexes have both energy. You have to have both sexes have to have both energy. They have to have both energies because women have to be confident. They have to provide and have structure, decisiveness. They have to move forward in life. They have to they have to take risks and achieve goals. Taking a risk means dating a guy. Achieving goals means getting married or having children. Right? Women compete, and we win. We protect and we provide. So I mean, she like I said, she likes to give her own definitions, and she just really likes to sound like she has the key. She's twisting the words, basically. She's twisting it. She's adding shit to it and taking away things from it. She's being definite in what this is definitely what it is, and I have the definition and I understand the definition better than anybody, and it's my definition, and you're going to take this definition. She sounds like a rapist. You're going to take this definition. You're going to take my breakdown of these articles. You're going to take it. You know what I'm saying? She just sounds yeah, she sounds like she's not all there, and she really got some issues going on.
The case, I don't think we would have so many single mothers in the predicaments that they're in, because it's not a man that's holding them back.
Okay, first and foremost, what is earning potential? Because potential and kinetic energy ain't the same.
Actually, it's what they earn per
Potential
year.
is in fact, though.
I misspoke though. It's not even their earning potential. What the average black man's earnings versus the average black woman's earnings, I think there's like a $10,000 difference.
Okay, all you have to do is pull up the facts. That's all you have to do is pull up the facts and post them, right? Because the fact of the matter is, studies have shown that black men's earnings are increased when they're married to black women, because black women are the number one contributors to men's income. Leave the male by himself. Where's all this homelessness, right? Where's all this homelessness? Where's all these men making so much money? Because if they are truly making that money, why are they complaining about these things? The fact of the matter, there are more black women in higher level degrees than men. Than black women.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
So, and I'm talking about professional degrees. I'm not talking about.
I agree with that as well.
Okay. So
I
that
looked
means
at those facts too. I agree.
So, guess what? Where the black men at for those women? They
They're
can't.
going overseas because the women over here are too masculinized.
No. Let me tell you something. Jay Rello ain't no damn master.
Jay Rello is not a nigga that we
No, right. But
represent.
I'm trying to get you to understand it's a bunch of them niggas going overseas. A bunch of niggas like that going overseas. Okay. So it ain't these high level ass men that's just going overseas. It's just not them. It's a bunch of desperate dudes going overseas. Do you have some that are actually making and earn? Yes, but people with major earning potential, they don't have to run from the United States because they got it like that anywhere they go, no matter where they go. So a lot of these dudes are stone cold tricks, and it's too expensive to trick in the United States. Let's keep it a buck. It's too damn expensive to trick in the United States. So take your ass to a third world country so your dollar go longer. That's what they do. Okay? So the fact of the matter is, if you elevate as a woman, these dudes will look at you as quote unquote too masculine. Because let me tell you what masculine energy is. Masculine energy is work ethic, willpower, and determination. And a person who puts in work is operating in masculine energy. If you moving, if you're just doing, you're operating in masculine energy. And because women are dual by nature, women have access to femininity. They have access to femininity, which is a creative energy. When you combine that natural access to feminine energy, which the majority of women have because they are in the feminine vessel, when you take that mental femininity, which is creativity, and combine that with work ethic, willpower, and determination, you create with ease. The male is struggling to do that shit. He's struggling. And then he resents women who actually help him, because the fact of the matter is, most of these dudes have been lifted up off the backs of a damn woman, but they hate women so damn much. They living in these women's houses, but you talk shit about them. Your ass supposed to be on the motherfucking streets. You jump from house to house. You use these women's food stamps. But
then wait, hold on.
Woo!
A nigga can't come in nowhere I ain't invite him to.
Hold
A
on.
nigga can't stay anywhere
Right.
I ain't let him.
Right.
No, hold on.
Right.
Stop.
Okay.
Your argument is that men are leaving women because they're too masculine. But these
You do have some that are.
Hold on.
And that's been an argument from the black male community that our women are too masculine.
hold on. The black male the majority of them should fail. But the reason why they have not failed totally is because they've been on the backs of black women. That's a fact.
Let me say something really quick. It's not the fact that black women are too masculine, because there's a lot of men that appreciate the fact that their woman gets up and go to work. There's a lot of black men that appreciate that their woman has courage, and that, you know, she's able to assert herself, and that she takes action, whether it's washing the damn dishes, mopping the floor, going to work, taking care of the kids, dropping them off at school. A lot of men appreciate that. The problem with the masculine energy that the woman has and uses is the fact that she uses it towards the black men to degrade him and to make fun of him and to dismiss his masculine energy. This is what black women do, and that's why they have problems. Because you'll have a white woman. There's this white lady I saw one of her videos. It was a long time ago. And she said they were from one of them, I forget what community it was from. But she had a video on how to allow, or how to basically kick back and let your man do what he's supposed to do as a man, and stop interfering and stop telling him how to do it, and stop giving him suggestions on how he should do it, and don't take over doing it. Shut your motherfucking mouth and let him do it. So she was saying, you know, when your husband is gonna do, you know, X, and you see that he's struggling with it, she said, don't help him. She said, allow him to figure it out himself. Allow him to do it the way he wants to do it. And when he gets it done, you don't be like, oh, honey, you did a good job. No, he doesn't need to be praised like a child. If he gets it done, he gets it done, and you move on to the next thing. But black women, you're not doing that right. Here, move. Let me do what I do. No, move. That's not right. I didn't want it like that. You didn't do it right. And so the fact of the matter is that the black woman doesn't allow the black man to be a man when she's in his presence. Shut the fuck up. Let him do it the way no, you didn't put the screwdriver in there right. That's not the way. Well, he's not going to do it the feminine way you do it. Let him do it the masculine way he knows how to do it. Or let him figure out the masculine way, which is his way, on how to do it. So that's basically the issue. It's not the issue that black women are going to work and they're making more money and, you know, they take action and they move and it's none of that. It's the fact that black women don't allow black men to be men. That's why they do not get along. It's like, dang, why are you always trying to wear the pants in a relationship? Don't you hear that a lot? Why are you always trying to be the man? Why are you always trying to tell me what to do like you my mother? So, I mean,
But you're saying that, Priscilla. Go ahead, finish your point, and then I wanted to ask you a question regarding that, because I find that to be very interesting.
Yeah, but it's a fact, okay? So you have dudes.
Well, I want you to be able to quantify that.
Hold on.
Okay.
evidence is right in front of your face. Because who is it that's letting their son who's selling drugs stay in their house? The black mama. Okay?
Exactly. That was going to be my question. So, don't black women have a part in that?
Do y'all watch my show? Because everybody that watch my show tell you I talk to them about that. That's the reason why people are mad, because I'm telling kick these niggas out the motherfucking house.
No,
Right?
we gonna kick your ass out the motherfucking house. You gonna live on the street, bitch. Kick your kids out the house. How about that?
The responsibility of women to turn this around is to stop caping for these niggas. Let their ass sleep outside. Kick your raggedy son out the house. Kick that motherfucker out the house. Yeah, I'm talking about that. Because see, y'all want to talk about black men and not realize you don't want to acknowledge that a lot of these niggas ain't.
But see, then when we kick our sons out the house, then they go over to one of Princella's fans. They go over to her house and wreck her shit. This is the problem. They go over to Princella, them bitches over there at Princella's house. When we kick our sons out the house, then they go move in with them bitches and go wreck their shit. And then the bitch got a problem. No, keep your fucking son at home with you and let him wreck your shit because you the one that had him. You keep that destructive motherfucker in the house with your raggedy ass because that's the way you raised him. I don't want to deal with your stupid son. No, don't send him out. Don't send him over here. You keep him and you correct him for as long as it takes. If it take you to correct that motherfucker till he's 50 years old, bitch, he need to be in your house till he's 50 fucking years old, and you need to continue with the correction and instruction. Don't send him over here with me. Because that's where his ego gonna get torn down. That's where she gonna be calling the cops on him because he done put his hands on her. You know, he done bust out the windows in her apartment. You know what I'm saying? He done brought some woman in the house while she was at work. That's why all this shit is happening, because these women are putting their sons out the house versus because they don't want to deal with the behaviors that they created in their sons. You as these women created these men like this. These women made these men like this, and then they kick them out the house and send them to other women's homes. No, you keep your son in the house with you where the fuck he belong. You had him.
Ain't shit, but y'all mad.
No, that's not true.
We can acknowledge that, Priscilla, but we're saying that there's fault to be assigned to both sides. If black women are like, who raised them? We can't say that the black community has been abandoned and it's full of single mothers, and then at the same time say that the men ain't ish and it's black men's fault.
This is y'all problem. And this is the reason I like y'all. But this is the reason why I don't talk to people on channels like this. Because y'all focus on pointing the finger. I'm focusing on changing the damn world.
Not at all.
I'm focusing on changing women's behaviors. I'm focusing on changing their beliefs that will trigger them to change their behaviors. Y'all want to point the finger. I'm not pointing the finger. I'm teaching women.
Okay, so how is changing the behavior of a bunch of old ass women who got all these grown ass sons, how the fuck is changing her behavior gonna make a fucking difference anywhere? The bitch is done having kids. She done hit the wall. So what in the hell does her behavior have to do with society right now? Nothing. I don't get it. She got a bunch of single mothers over there, a bunch of old ass bras over there who shouldn't even be fucking anyway. What is changing their behavior gonna do? I don't get it. And then when you're talking about the young girls, them young girls them women gonna be back sucking dick tomorrow. Please. It does not matter. You can change the woman's behavior and change her mind all you want to. But if you don't work on the men are still going to be knocking women up and making them single baby mamas. They still going to be exhibiting the same behaviors that they exhibit. So what is it that you're changing, or what is it that you're trying to change if you're only working on one side of the fucking problem? there's two sides to a mathematical problem. So how do you just work one side? And then when you work one side, you have to work the other side. So obviously, if she don't give a damn about men, it means she doesn't have a plan to, since she's the savior of the day, she doesn't have a plan to work on black men's behavior. So what in the fuck does working on a black woman have to do with anything? They still gonna get knocked up. They still gonna get pregnant. They still gonna get married and divorced. They still gonna get beat up because of their mouths. All this. What does she mean? So, like I said, it's a money grab because she knows what's her end goal. What's her end goal? To turn all black women into lesbians so they can fucking fight each other, but just don't bring no babies into the equation? They're still going to be stuck doing the same shit. Whether the black woman is fighting with a man or fighting with a woman, what is your end goal? What's the end goal? No sex? What's the end goal? It sounds like a useless argument and a useless trip.
I'm teaching women how they have fucked up in their belief systems, which have contributed to the mass delusion and the mass destruction. They have a major part in it because women are the collective unconscious.
So I think that's where we agree. I think that's actually where we agree at.
So
that's a common talking point that we use, and we're not trying to point the finger. We just want to have an honest conversation. And I think what prevents men and women from being able to communicate is both sides don't want to take accountability.
Right.
Isn't
that what I just said? Isn't that what I just said? Neither of them. He wants to give his story about her. She wants to give her story about him, but nobody wants to give the truth, meaning nobody really wants to take accountability. I just fucking said that.
Okay, well, there's fault to be assigned on both sides. Let's have the true conversation. Like, we know that there are things that black women can work on, and there's a whole lot of opportunities as it relates to black men. So that's not pointing the finger. We're saying we see it from both sides.
listen, if this is what y'all not getting, because y'all not listening to me. Y'all are talking about accountability, yet you don't even know what accountability is because you're.
How's she gonna tell him? Okay, now she got her own definition of accountability. Here we go.
I know what accountability is.
No. Your word tracks are suggesting blame. Blame and accountability are two different things. Accountability is being able to look at a problem and say, okay, this is the whole problem. And in order to change something, I got to either change this.
No, that's bullshit. Let's look up accountability. That is not, see, she be coming up with her own definitions. That is not what accountability is. Accountability is taking responsibility for your part in an outcome, basically. So it says accountability, the fact or condition of being accountable, responsibility. They got some similar words: responsibility, liability, answerability, reporting, obedience. So accountability is the acceptance of responsibility for one's own actions. It implies a willingness to be transparent, allowing others to observe and evaluate one's performance. In the corporate world, a company's accountability extends to its shareholders, employees, and the wider community in which it operates, even though that doesn't really have anything to do with what we're talking about. But accountability is is the acceptance of responsibility for one's own actions. And this is what people are not doing. When she changes the definitions of words and creates her own, it distorts things. I know she ain't no scholar at all. It distorts things. So she's distorting what accountability is. Accountability is not look back. Accountability is looking at the outcome, right? It's not looking at where you went wrong. It's looking at what you did wrong and being transparent and true about it. This is where I fucked up at. Right? Even if we go back, if we look back and we say, okay, this is the decision that brought me to this fucked up outcome. But that's not the point. The point is that I take accountability for the decision I made to bring me to this outcome. Not let me look at this outcome and then figure out what I should have done different. That is not what accountability is. So she just makes she makes up her own death, and she believes the shit too, and she believes it. So it's like when you're talking to her, it's almost like, oh, hold up, wait a minute, whoa, I need to go look that up. But a person that has no brains, like her subscribers have no brains, they're not going to look it up. They're going to accept her definition because it fits her narrative. Oh my God, this woman is crazy. Has she looked up accountability? Somebody need to ask her that question. And what they need to be doing is they need to be saying, let me pull up accountability. They need to fact check her as she's talking. Well, let me pull up what the definition of accountability is. And then when you call her out on it, she's going to be like, oh, but it basically means this. No, this is what accountability means. This is the true and factual definition of accountability. Now, what say you? And then it crushes her whole fucking argument.
Part of the equation or this part of the equation. To take accountability says I'm in total control.
No,
I'm in 100% control.
Nope.
So I'm gonna change something.
Nope.
To
that means to take charge. That means to take charge of a situation, but the situation has already happened. So you're taking charge after the fact, right? So which means what she's saying basically is that I allowed this to happen to me, but now let me take charge so that in the future it won't happen again. But no, what it is that I did this, not I allowed this to happen to me. That's sort of a way of taking accountability, but no, you're not addressing the fact that I am the cause of this. My decision is the cause of this.
Change the outlook. I don't give a fuck about what black men are doing or not doing. I don't care. I talk to women to get them to see the overall picture of how they have contributed to the mass fuckery. And since men ain't gonna change, 2 + 5 is 7. If you keep adding 2 + 5, it's gonna be 7. Men are 2. They are the number 2, and they ain't gonna change. There's nothing you can say to them. Ain't nothing you can do.
Okay, so if men are number 2 and they're not gonna change, that means women are number 5 and they aren't going to change either. You did you just hear what she said? 2 + 5 is 7. Men are 2 and they're not gonna change. Okay, so that makes the woman the 5, and she's not going to change because 2 + 5, no matter which way you spin it, is going to be 7. So what is she talking about? What the hell? She sounds stupid right there.
They are not gonna fucking change. So the only number that you can change in this equation to change the answer would be the number 5, which is the woman. So I'm telling women, if you're tired
of
the
how you gonna change the number 5? What are you gonna break it down? What are you gonna break it down? Like what are you gonna break? Because you can break the number 2 down. You can break the 2 down into 1 1 + 5 is 7. What is she going to break the 5 down into? A 3 and a 2? A 1 and a 4 to make it like what is she talking about? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
So being number 7. Stop focusing on men because that motherfucking number's not going to change. You got to change. Let me show you what your beliefs have done to contribute to the mass fuckery. So how do I do that? I teach women male psychology. I teach them the male nature because women's number 1 decisions revolve around relationships.
No, what she should be teaching is the female's nature and why she is making the decisions that she's making. She can look at the man all freaking day long. But if she doesn't know anything about herself and why she is making the decisions, why, ma'am, are you so revolved around a man? Who are you that you need to revolve yourself around a man? Have you left yourself on the bus? Have you left yourself in the car? Did you leave yourself in the grocery store? Where the fuck are you? What are you doing? Who are you? And why are you making the decisions that you're making? Because these men are going to do what they're going to do. So basically, the men are going to do what they want to do, and they are doing it. They know why they're doing it because they know themselves. So I guess it's safe to say that men know that women don't know themselves, and this is why they get to get away with a lot of the shit that they're doing. We know men. We already know. It is the woman that does not know herself. She don't know herself. Who are you that allow that is making you make these decisions about men? So it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all to demoralize the black man. But what about the woman? Like I said, what's her biology? What's wrong with her biology that's making her be so fucking stupid?
With men, when women learn men and stop making decisions that include how the fuck he feel, she can make decisions. So she would not throw her children out to submit to no fucking dusty. He would be out.
Let me say this, Priscilla, real quick though. Like, as it relates to that, I think that the reason why we focus on accountability is because we understand the importance. Like, to have an honest conversation, we do need people to own up to what they're responsible to in the problem. If we're talking about, I'm an analyst by trade, and I look at the root cause analysis of whatever the issue is. So yes, we can talk about the fact that the black community is effed up, but we can't talk about that without talking about the reasons as to why. Mm-hmm. So if we're going to talk about the reasons as to why, it's important for all sides to take accountability.
That's right.
I understand what you're saying as it relates to black women, but without black men, there aren't any black women. So are we literally just throwing the baby out with the bathwater and saying all black men, screw y'all?
Hold on. Women ain't responsible for changing these niggas. Okay?
I agree.
Okay, so I'm working on changing women. Why are you talking to me about women's accountability about men? Men are responsible for their shit. But y'all,
I'm talking about what our channel is about, not what you discuss.
Y'all talking to me and asking me questions as if I'm blaming men. I don't give a fuck what men thinking, doing, feeling, or believing at this point. I'm not trying to change their behavior because the only way a male is going to change his behavior is when a woman change hers. That's it. He ain't going to do it no other way. As long as women are on the motherfucking ground,
that's a good point.
Men are going to continue to do the fuck shit that they doing. So I don't give a damn about what the hell they doing. I don't care what they believe and I don't care what they think. I care about what women think. I care what they believe and I care what they're doing. And the only way to change the woman's behavior is to tell her the truth.
Let me ask you this.
In the truth, it is reality right now.
Let me ask you this.
I have to hold on. Like what you said about. Go ahead, Dan.
Let me ask you this. What made you get to this point to where you woke up one day and you said, let me
indoctrinate these women.
Let me get women in line. What was that final straw that made you get to that point?
Okay, so let me tell you something. I've always been intelligent. I've always been smart. I have done everything that I could do to work with black men. And I ain't worked with no dusties. I ain't never dated a fucking thug, right? My mentor was a political activist in the black community. Mm-hmm. He would always go to city.
Wait. She said, I ain't never dated no thug. So the man and the woman that got you for $41,000, that wasn't no thug. What is your definition of a thug? That was a thug. If he took you for $41,000, that was a thug. What about the man that was beating you up in the house? Wasn't that a thug? I mean, what is your definition of a thug? So she was dating thugs, and she don't even know that they was thugs. Those are thugs. Those are thugs. She gave 3 stories about 3 thugs that she messed with. Okay, let's look at the definition of a thug. A thug is a violent, aggressive person, especially one who is a criminal. Isn't that what she was dating back then? One of them took her for $41,000. What is that? A criminal, right? The other one was violent and aggressive, right? The other one that she dated, the other one that she dated, where she said she did projects for 2 of them. They were both violent and aggressive people. She dated thugs, and she doesn't even know that she was dating thugs. I mean, how stupid can you? I ain't never dated. She says things to make herself, to put herself on this top shelf, right? She says things to, I've always been intelligent. Oh, you've always been intelligent, huh? Okay, well then why you get took $41,000? Huh? If you've always been so intelligent, why were you forced to resign from the reserves? That doesn't sound like an intelligent person to me. Right? If you've always been intelligent. So she's just up here talking, and every space that she goes in, she forgets what she has previously said.
Council meetings. Showed me how to go to city council meetings and all that stuff. Politics, right? And guess what? He was the first one to work with me in music. He did the same shit that niggas do, right? Because they're using you as a tool for their own purposes, right? So that's the first thing, okay? First thing. Second thing, because before all this shit came about, I was pro-black in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
So I was here before all this shit popped up on the
Right.
Right?
Right.
So the first nigga after him to mess over me was from the Nation of Islam.
So mess over you in what sense? Were you fucking around with the dude? He fucked you over.
Him and the so-called sister wife took about $40,000 from me.
Okay, so you were in a polygamous relationship.
So-called polygamous relationship. But clearly, it was a game, manipulation. But this nigga was in the Nation of Islam.
So she thought she was a wife, and she thought she was a wife at that point in time. She was dating a thug, honey. You were dating a thug, and she sounds so stupid. She should be quiet. She should really just be quiet at this point, because she just forgets everything that she says. She's creating her own definitions for things, and then some things she doesn't even know what the definition is. A thug, what's a thug? My God. She was dating Dusties. If they were carrying on like that, they are considered to be thugs and Dusties.
Now I'm dealing in a conscious community where the nigga's supposed to be righteous, right? Right? The nigga's supposed to be righteous. Cut the fucking games. They supposed to be righteous.
They supposed to be righteous.
All right. Now I'm prime age, right? I'm in my 20s, early 20s. Naivete, right? But I guess it's my fault for being naive at 20 years old. We're not gonna let
No. Nobody's saying that.
Well, you can't be naive and intelligent at the same time. Either you're naive or you're intelligent. But you can't be both at the same time. Now, you can be uneducated or unversed on things, but you don't have to be calling yourself naive, because naive is stupid. You don't know shit about nothing. You just a little bud plum that don't know nothing about the world. You haven't even grown into it yet. So what? She doesn't even know how to describe herself. I'm intelligent. I've always been intelligent, but I'm naive. No, intelligent people pick up on things quickly. Now, sometimes you're not going to be perfect all the time, but you don't describe yourself as intelligent and naive at the same time. So I mean, she's just talking out her asshole.
At all.
I'm not saying y'all.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the collective narrative
Okay.
that women's supposed to know every motherfucking thing with no goddamn life experience, and we don't hold these niggas accountable for nothing. But we say, oh, you choosing Pookies and Ray Rays, but it was a nigga from the Nation of Islam, right? That hit me for 40 grand. Okay? It was my mentor who was in politics in the conscious community, right? That ran some game on me. Okay? The next motherfucker was somebody who was supposed to be
Okay, so you guys, listen to this. So I'm glad she mentioned her mentor, because she was on a live, or she was on some podcast with Angry Man, right? And she was on doing some live on her own, and she was just bragging and bragging and bragging and bragging about her mentor. So I wonder if this is before he did some shicey shit to her or after. Right? I'm gonna have to look that up, because you really gotta follow her, and you really gotta see what she has to say, because I'm just all about debunking everything that comes out of her damn mouth. And so far, I think I've been successful.
friend, supposed to be my friend, set me up for $2,000, right?
Mhm.
Okay? So I didn't have motherfuckers hit me for a lot of money. Let me tell you something. You don't continue to go through life and not learn a goddamn thing. Okay? So here's the thing. I done been raped by these niggas.
No, what she don't understand is, see, let me tell you something. What she doesn't understand. She's back then. She was looking at the people, and she wasn't looking at the environment, because remember, we're products of our environment. So I don't care where, I don't care who these conscious people were. What environment did they come from, right? Or what environment are you in at the time that you're dealing with these dusty motherfuckers? If you living on the east side, you know you in a dusty area, you know the motherfuckers around you are fucking dusty. If you living on the west side, which they say is the best side, you know you dealing with people that have a higher level of some damn common sense. So it doesn't matter if the conscious community is on the east side, you know you dealing with some dusty ass motherfuckers. It is what it is. So I mean, oh my gosh, she has so much to learn. Even still, she thinks she knows everything, but she still has so much to learn. How can you teach somebody when you can't even, when you don't even realize, you don't even recognize that fact? Mm-hmm.
Raped at 12 years old. Let's cut the games. Oh, we're not gonna sit up here and say that I'm damaged goods without no damn sense. I done learned my lesson through the school of hard knocks, right? So, raped at 12, nigga played me for 40 grand. Another one played me for 2,000. Okay, he trying to set me up. My mentor trying to set me up for some political shit, right? I have a nigga rob me. Okay. All right, coming from he put some this is at the beginning of the internet thing, right? So they had this little modeling thing going on. To make a long story short, motherfucker set me up and robbed me, right? Okay, so this I have a nigga, I sell him a CD, we play dominoes, he asked me to have sex with him. I tell him no. He pull out a gun and put it on the table and say, you know, I can take it if I want it. I'm not gonna let none of y'all.
What is she? What environment? Oh my God. Didn't your mama tell you if you ain't fucking, don't go? I would tell my daughters that all the time. Listen, baby girl. If you ain't fucking, don't go on a date, okay? I'm gonna just tell you that right now. When y'all get to the age where y'all, you know, dating these men and all that kind of shit, and you think, you know, he's liking you and everything, and he want to ask you for a date and all that shit, I said, shit, don't go if you not fucking. Period. Right? Where, I mean, the more she talk, it's like, oh my God, she needs to shut up for real. Because she's putting herself in these situations trying to be one of the guys. They don't see you as one of the guys, Princella. They were looking at you as one of the girls. So she's putting herself in all of these different men's spaces. And then she's complaining about what has happened to her in these spaces that she's putting herself in. And then look at it like this. You going to a nigga's house to play dominoes. What type of nigga house you going to? If you going to a man's house to play dominoes, what kind of house is that? That's thug loving. That's a thug environment. So what? Oh my God. Oh my God. This. So all these things have happened to her as a result of her dealing with Black men, but she doesn't want to take accountability for putting herself in these spaces. She's trying to make things happen to her by herself as a woman with no backup, because she's thinking, because in her mind, she's a tomboy and she's one of the guys, but they're not, they don't give a damn if you got on a ball cap. They don't give a damn if you wearing some Timberlands and some sweatpants. You could be looking like a whole dude. You could have a fade going on on the top of your head. They are still looking at you like you are a woman. So she was misconstrued on how these men were seeing her, because she had a rough around the edges appearance like a dude. This is her fault. And she doesn't want to take accountability for it. Oh my God, she's crazy. And now she wants to blame. She's blaming Black men.
Sit up here and ask me like these niggas ain't out of fucking control. Like
let me ask you this.
No, she was out of control. That's like a lioness being in a goddamn cave with 10 lions, and then talking about these lions are out of control. And you that's just like going to a house party and you the only female there, but these niggas is out of control. Like, oh my God, she's crazy.
Whoa. Let me finish saying what I'm saying. Because I got a lot of life experience. And the one thing is,
we all do.
Hold on. I'm in my own lane, doing what I'm doing, talking to the world. I'm not talking to niggas, okay? If they getting their feelings hurt by what I'm saying, because what I'm saying register.
Now let me tell y'all what she don't understand about being in her so-called lane. If she was being in her lane would be her talking to women about women's biology, about their mentality, about why they are doing the things that they're doing, and it wouldn't have anything to do with a man. See, she doesn't understand the fact that, no, baby girl, you're not in your lane. You're in everybody else's lane. You're in the white man's lane. You're in the Black man's lane. You're in the Asian man's lane. You're in the Russian man's lane. She doesn't understand that, no, baby, you are not in your lane. You are in the man's lane. You are in several different lanes at one time, and she doesn't even recognize that. If she was talking to women about women's issues, their reproductive system, their hormones, their mental illnesses, the reasons why they had babies like they had them back to back, and with 22,000 different men, and the reason why they walk the way they walk and talk the way they talk and do the things that they do and eat the foods that they do, that's being in your own lane. She does not recognize the fact that she is in a lot of other people's lanes, and she in my goddamn lane too. And I'm gonna need her to move her car.
With them, because I ain't put no color on what I said. I said men. I didn't say Black men I ain't capable of love. I said men, right? And so I had a Mexican dude, took me on a date. This all in my early 20s now. Took me on a date and almost killed us, right? Almost flipped us off.
She's an idiot. Now I know she a real idiot. She's a real idiot. She dick hopping. She's a lot lizard. She is exactly what that man called her. She's a lot lizard. She's jumping from man to man to man to man, all in her early 20s with no backup. And then she's blaming the men. Who the fuck told you to get in the car with that man? What is her problem? She doesn't understand what her problem is. The problem is not the men. The problem is her. And that's the same thing with all those women over there on her platform. The problem is not with the man. The problem is with them. And this is what they don't understand. It's crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. She is a nut job. She's a nut job.
The overpass, right? Okay? I got a lot of life experience.
He said, he's Mr. Fantastic 824 said all she know is pain from men, and y'all following this very hurt woman. What did I say last night? What did I say last night?
See these dudes.
Somebody said a baby mother. I'm not gonna play with it.
Last straw that broke the camel's back, right? Oh, let's not talk about back in 2018 when I went out of town to Virginia. So
somebody said pick men who can drive. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh shit.
Oh, I see it. I see.
My God. Oh. Whew. I'm big.
Pregnant at this time. And my ex-husband, to make a long story short, we got into an altercation.
What? Subo, you over here talking about she's lying. No wonder they blocked your ass. She's lying. Oh my God. Oh, you need to quit. No wonder they blocking you. Oh my God. Oh.
Used up my arm while I was 7 months pregnant. My phone butt dialed a guy that was supposed to be my friend at the time. We was always talking on the phone and doing live videos together.
Okay, she got a friend and a husband. She got a male friend and a husband, and she done butt dialed the friend, which means that was the last person she called. Uh-oh.
At this time. My first place, I'm like, I'm stuck in the house. I got to get away. So I was going to go to New Jersey with my homegirl, my female friend, but she was busy at the time. But I still had money after having to sit my ass down, and I was going to go down to town just to hang out and just get away from that situation for a minute, right?
So she said she started driving trucks in 2017. So then she got pregnant and she got married and pregnant in 2018. So that was kind of fast because 2017 she started driving trucks. In 2017 she must have been fucking around with that woman's husband, and then she hopped off his dick and then hopped on her husband's dick and got married and got pregnant. So which means she was only driving trucks for a year. This woman is crazy. Keep her. No, matter of fact, keep her talking. We need to know more. Keep her talking, because the more she talks, the more she reveals the dumbass shit that she don't want to hold herself accountable for.
I go, he say, okay, we can hang out. I'm doing the Black Panther party. You come to the Black Panther party and all this. And his girlfriend,
show us the police report, liar. Oh my God. Oh. Since she like showing us shit up, show us the police report and break it down for us. I can't. Oh my God. Oh. Somebody said, Black Woman 21 said, I would like to hear the men's side of the stories. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Show us the police report. Oh, that was deep. I know she see these comments too. I know she see your comment. You should have put it in all caps.
it was all supposed to hang out. He told me, hey, you go stay here. This I said, that's cool, because I was trained in the military, and I did my AIT training out there. I'm gonna see if I can link up with the people that I built a good relationship with out there. I want to see if they still there, right? So I get there, and this nigga flipped the script on me like it wasn't nothing. That motherfucker left me stranded in goddamn DC. He left me stranded in DC, right? All because this nigga switched up behind a chick, and because he was fucking her, right? And I don't know what the hell happened between him.
But wait a minute, she's doing this pregnant. Let me back it up. I think she's doing this shit pregnant. Is she pregnant? Oh my God. She's crazy. She is crazy. She is a nut. Oh, she's a nut and a half. Oh my God. Just keep her talking. Just keep her. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? She's reckless. She's reckless with her own freaking life. Oh my God. Come on, hurry up and she is crazy. I can't believe that. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Come on, hurry up and somebody said she was a lick. Sound like Pink Pill Rage. Mm. Oh my God. Come on, finish loading. She's a nut. She's a serious nut job. Come on. Every time I try to back it up, that's what happens. Let me see. I'm gonna have to rewatch this because I know when I watch it again, I'm gonna get some better information because she's crazy. Somebody said it all makes sense now. Oh my God. Come on, come on, come on. Let me see if I stop sharing and then share. Oh,
this is at the beginning of the internet.
Okay, let me share. Let me share it again. See what happens. This is crazy.
Right? So they had this little modeling thing going on. To make a long story short, motherfucker set me up and robbed me, right? Okay, so this I have a nigga, I sell him a CD, we play dominoes, he asked me to have sex with him, I tell him no, he pull out a gun and put it on the table and say, you know, I can take it if I want it. I'm not gonna let him sit up here and ask me like these niggas ain't out of fucking control. Like
well, let me ask you this.
Whoa. Let me finish saying what I'm saying. Because I got a lot of life experience. And the one thing is,
we all do.
Hold on. I'm in my own lane, doing what I'm doing, talking to the world. I'm not talking to niggas. Okay? If they getting their feelings hurt by what I'm saying, because what I'm saying register with them, because I ain't put no color on what I said. I said men. Mm-hmm. I didn't say black men I ain't capable of love. I said men, right? Mm-hmm. And so I had a Mexican dude. Took me on a date. This all in my early 20s now. Took me on a date and almost killed us, right? Almost flipped us off of the overpass, right? Okay? I got a lot of life experience. And I see these dudes. And the last straw that broke the camel's back, right? Oh, let's not talk about back in 2018 when I went out of town to Virginia. So I was pregnant at this time. And my ex-husband, to make a long story short, we got into an altercation and he bruised up my arm while I was 7 months pregnant. My phone butt dialed a guy that was supposed to be my friend at the time. We was always talking on the phone and doing live videos together at this time. My first place, I'm like...
So that's why her husband wanted her to stop doing Facebook, because he wanted her to stop communicating and sitting around with other men. So yeah, keep talking, because we gonna work it out. No what? And she was pregnant. She was 7 months pregnant at this time, and she running out of town. She should be somewhere with her feet up, rubbing her belly and feeding her baby inside of her stomach and resting and relaxing in her femininity. Instead, she's running around the goddamn globe. She's wild. She's a wild one.
I'm stuck in the house. I gotta get away. So I was gonna go to New Jersey with my homegirl, my female friend, but she was busy at the time.
So she was gonna travel to New Jersey, 7 months pregnant. She didn't give a damn. She don't give a damn about nobody but herself. Oh my God.
But I still had money after having to sit my ass down, and I was going down to town just to hang out and just get away from that situation for a bit, right? I go, he's saying, okay, we can hang out. I'm doing the Black Panther party. You can come to the Black Panther party and all of this. And his girlfriend we was all supposed to hang out. He told me, hey, you go stay here. I said, that's cool because I was trained in the military and I did my AIT training out there. I'm gonna see if I can link up with the people that I built a relationship with out there. I want to see if they still there, right? So I get there and this nigga flipped the script on me like it wasn't nothing. That motherfucker left me stranded in goddamn DC. He left me stranded in DC, right?
So wait a minute. So she traveled with a guy and a girl, and she ain't have enough money to get back home. So what did she just have some money to get this? I'm gonna tell y'all the story about 3 maidens in the Bible. I'm gonna tell y'all not now, but there's a story about 3 maidens in the Bible, and this is the perfect scenario I'm gonna use as an example. But moving right along, so she didn't bring enough money on this road trip to where she gonna blame somebody else for being stranded. If you're going on a road trip, you're supposed to have money to get there, money to spend while you're there, and money to get back. So you're supposed to have money for any and everything that you need. But it's somebody else's fault because she went on a road trip unfinancially prepared. I'm done. I'm so done. And this is who these bras is listening to, because I guarantee you she doing the same shit today. But maybe she turned her 5 into a 4 and a 1. Who knows?
Because this nigga switched up behind a chick and because he was fucking her, right? And I don't know what the hell happened between them, but he started acting real shady. But me and him was supposed to be cool friends. When I called him out on the fuck shit that he did, he started gaslighting me. This is male, but this nigga's supposed to be pro.
Oh, so she got mouthy. With him. Oh, motherfucker, how you gonna switch up on me and I'm 7 months pregnant and you got me out here on this motherfucking road trip and you and this bitch tripping and that fucking shit ain't got shit to do with me. You should have did so and such with the bitch and maybe she wouldn't have got mad at you. Maybe y'all wouldn't have. She did that and he left her stupid ass sitting right there.
This nigga's supposed to be.
But the thing is, though, Priscilla.
Oh, you asked me a question. She asked me a question how I got here. So let me tell y'all something, okay? I'm going to tell y'all something because I'm real serious about what I do. And my movement is growing. And I'm not gonna justify. I'm not gonna argue with nobody. And I told them this the same thing on Sonetta. If y'all want to know why y'all ain't gonna challenge me on what I'm teaching these women, because I don't give a fuck about these dudes at all. I don't care what they talking about. I don't care what they think. My message to women is changing their minds so that they can stop being abused, so they can stop being confused about why men behave the fucking way they behave, so that they can build better relationships amongst themselves, so that we can help the community, because it's gonna take women to do it. So if anybody's trying to challenge me on that, I'm telling you, at this point, I'm done talking to people. So I'm going to tell you how I came to this conclusion, why I do what I do. And I'm not going to keep going back and forth with this, because what is it to say? Because I don't operate in the pro-black space. I don't. And I'm not talking about niggas. I don't care, okay? I care about women all over the globe, black, white, Latina, Hispanic, Asian, Arab. I care about them. These niggas, these reckless motherfuckers that's raping these women, fucking their kids, killing them. I'm not talking to them. Now, I'm finna say what I'm saying, and then whatever y'all say is cool. But I'm not going back and forth on this, because I'm not here to challenge.
No, I wanted to know how you got to a certain point. Yeah, I really do, and I'm very interested and how you got to a certain point.
Yeah.
Finish your story.
Okay. So after all this, here's the thing. It ain't me. I'm not a bad person. I'm not doing harm to nobody. I'm doing what society said need to be done to get along with niggas.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
playing the submissive role, helping the motherfucker out, and that shit ain't working.
Were you ever in love?
Motherfuckers pulling guns on me, raping me. In 2016, I was raped by somebody I was dating. And he told me, ain't nobody gonna believe you because we was dating. I have had a series.
So you dating somebody you don't, so you're in a relationship, you're dating somebody you don't want to have sex with? Why didn't you stop dating him? Like, what are y'all supposed to be, best buds? See, her problem is that she's too masculine. Her problem is that she thinks she's a man and she wants men to treat her like a man. She wants them to give her a high five instead of a slap on her ass, right? I mean, she's crazy. You're dating a guy and you don't want to sleep with him. Why are you dating him? Like, what does she think is supposed to be happening while she's making all these dumb, crazy, stupid decisions? She needed to sit her ass down somewhere. When was she going to stop jumping from dick to dick to dick to dick? It sounds like she's dick jumping. I know why. I definitely know why, but at the same time, she keeps putting herself in these situations, and now she wants to be mad at men because they act like men. So it doesn't sound like she should be telling women about men. She should be telling women to stop making these fucking stupid decisions, whether it has to do with a man or not. She can't comprehend, because she won't listen to nobody. She can't comprehend that it was her poor decision making that put her in the situations that she got herself into. I'm not dating no nigga I don't want to have sex with. That's the point of dating, to have sex. What does she want, a best friend? Go get a female and be the female's best friend. Men don't want to be your best friend. They want to be your lover. Oh my God. I mean, the intelligence was never there, and it's still not there. She has not always been an intelligent woman, because she has too many horror stories. That's too many horror stories for one person. And as young as she was.
Of experiences that tell me that what y'all talking about out here is a fucking lie when it comes to men. Because over and over and over again, me being around men, working and listening to them talk, listening and watching how they running their wives into the ground, how they cheating on them with people at the damn at the job, listening to my manager say how when his wife leave the house, he fucking her niece, right? I'm seeing all of this for years, starting at 12. And then my cousin is in jail right now because he raped some chick. And his whole life, he's been a fucking degenerate. In middle school, he calls himself robbing a woman, a candy lady with a damn cap gun. My cousin been degenerate this whole time, and he's been in jail for 10 fucking years now because he keeps doing degenerate shit, and people keep coming to cape for him. They sending him money. They're writing him. They flying to go visit this nigga in jail, but he's been a degenerate his whole goddamn life. He's been sexually reckless since we was kids. The boy did something to me, and the family didn't believe me. And they still take up for this motherfucker. Okay? So this is a pattern of male after male every week.
No, it's a pattern of her own behavior. And I guarantee you, she hasn't experienced no more sexual assault than probably the average Black woman. And it's like, come on, she's trying to blame all men. All men are not like this. But at the same time, if you go outside naked and open your legs and say anybody can have some, I bet all the men in the neighborhood are going to come get some. And a few of them are gonna be like, nah, I'm cool, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. But the fact of what I'm trying to say is that it's her decision making that's gotten her into so many problems. Are you still there, Subone, or did you leave? You want me to take you off? You can click yourself off if you're ready to go. But yeah, that is crazy.
Where you turn, it doesn't matter. The socioeconomic background, it don't matter. It don't matter their profession. It don't matter nothing. The last dude, a millionaire, tries to sabotage his own company to sabotage me because he's jealous of me. Because I'm so smart, I know about this industry, and you need my help. So instead, you are jealous of me. You let a nigga steal out of my car. He stole a gun out my fucking car. Right? And then they worked.
So she didn't lock her car. So he let somebody steal a gun out her car. She didn't lock her car. She oh my God. This woman is crazy. She's crazy. She is a bag of nuts. Oh my God.
With each other to put it back in a different place that it wasn't and act like I was the crazy. Now this is happening with a motherfucking millionaire who's running a company. You're doing this at your own goddamn company. It's something wrong with men. It doesn't matter their economic status. It doesn't matter if they're Pookies and Ray Rays. It doesn't matter if they're short or fucking tall. And so after learning all of this stuff and keep getting the same thing for 25 years, for 25 motherfucking years, it's the same shit over and over. At this point, I have got to now say, what's the problem? Is it me? Or is it something wrong with men?
Let me ask you this question. I've had similar experiences with men. I won't sit here and lie. I won't sit here in front of you. I've also had some real fucked up experiences with women. Have you had any fucked up experiences with women?
Nope, nobody but my mama. Nobody but my mama. And I'm going to tell you, let me tell you some of the experiences that I've had with random women, because I've always been a tomboy. And I've always kind of stayed to myself.
She say nobody but her mama, but didn't her grandmama supposedly starve her and her brother? Wasn't that one of her stories, that her grandmama wouldn't feed them and she would feed them old food that she was getting ready to throw out to the dog? Oh, come on. Did she forget about that, or was that a lie?
Really. And most of my friends were male. You know, I was in the military. All right. I worked in the car industry, and I've not really had bad experiences with women. The only thing with me and women is because I was a tomboy and I rapped and I was kind of quiet and stayed to myself. I didn't really mesh with them because we didn't have nothing in common. But my high school friends, I still keep in contact with them. When things went bad for me, my best friend was a white chick who I'm still in communication with. My other friend, I'm still in communication with her. Women have not done to me what men have done. Now, my mom, she's something else with her, because my mom went through a lot of trauma growing up, right? And so we could sit up here and act like, back in the day, family was really good, but let's keep it a buck. My grandpa was whooping my grandma's ass, beating her, right? She had 8 grandkids, beating the fuck out my grandma. And one day she got tired and hit him upside his head with a fucking magazine rack, right? My other grandmother, my dad's father stabbed her 8 times. and was sexually molesting my aunt. Yeah. So yeah. So this thing, I give a fuck about women at this point. I have done all that I can do to help these niggas. But let me tell you something. When I needed to go to college and I didn't have money at the time, it was a white woman that saw how much drive I had. It was a white woman who saw how smart I was. And she gave me a $500 book and a $300 calculator and made sure that I got what I needed when I ain't had no money, right, to go there. So it's like women, when I was staying on the street, it was women, right, that helped me from here and there, right? I ain't never had no real issues with women. I've had issues with men, though.
Let me ask you a question because
I wanted to answer something about that too.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go on in. So if you're talking to a person like me who has had bad experiences with both sides, to where women have fucked me over, women have set me up, and I've seen women in my own family. I've seen women code switch. I've seen women will present a certain way and be the total fucking opposite of what they said they were. I've seen women do some low down dirty shit.
It's the man's
fault. What would you say in regards to that? And the thing with me, the shit that happened to me that came by the hands of a woman, wasn't no man motivating her. So a lot of times it wasn't men's motivation behind the motives.
So that's why y'all will never figure out the problem. Y'all will never figure it out because y'all are this world. You're not gonna understand something. If you put your face up against the wall, you're too close to the wall to be able to see the whole wall. You can only see here. If you pull away and see everything from a distance, then you'll have a better understanding. That's what I do.
So explain that because
that's what I do often. First and foremost, if you have a belief implanted in your head, the people who implanted the belief in your head are controlling you, whether you see them or not, whether they're in the same vicinity of you or not. It is the beliefs that have been programmed into women that have women operating the way that they do. And what is the program? These women are not programmed with female philosophies. They are programmed with male philosophies. Okay? That's a fact.
So then, wait a minute. Hold on, real quick. So then it would go back to them being a victim and them not taking ownership of their own shit, good or bad, indifferent. Because you're talking about a female you're talking about philosophy.
No, because
you're talking about women being programmed with certain philosophy.
I understand what she's saying. Because the social constructs that we buy into and that we're taught from the time that we're young, essentially are all man-made. All of our programming.
So if we're not going to be intellectually honest, then what we talking about? Because the fact of the matter is, women are the ones sitting in the church. They're sitting in the church. It ain't men. And these philosophies that women are being programmed with are male-centered. Okay? So let me tell you something about biology. You have a conscious state and an unconscious state. Unconscious.
See, here's the thing. She's making excuses for women's behavior. She wants to hold men accountable, but she wants to make excuses for women's behavior. I don't give a damn if the bee programmed you. I don't give a damn if whoever the hell programmed you. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't care if you coming from a male philosophy or a female philosophy. You have the choice to do right or wrong. There's no excuse. You can't continue. Why is she still saying patriarchy made them do it? Patriarchy made them women do what they did to this woman on the podcast. It's patriarchy. It's the thoughts of patriarchy. It's the thought that men put in women's head. Well, if Well, when we're talking about patriarchy, we're talking about women should be fit, feminine, submissive, and be at home and act like a lady. So where did patriarchy say that women should go out and exhibit male behaviors? I don't think patriarchy said that. So what is she talking about? Patriarchy didn't say women should act like men and men should act like men. Patriarchy said women should act like women and men should act like men. So why are women out here exhibiting male behaviors if it's patriarchy's fault? Sounds more like a matriarchal problem to me. But I digress.
Sure you understand. Unconsciousness is a state of total unawareness that happens on a biological level. Your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system responds to environmental stimuli unconscious and unaware by the conscious mind. Critical thinking is the masculine part of a person's mind. The United States has effectively taken critical thinking abilities away from people and kept them in a total unconscious state where they do not question the status quo. They do not question what they're being programmed with, and they just roll with it on an unconscious level. To ask people who are in an unconscious state, total unconscious state, to operate with conscious awareness when they are in total ignorance is unrighteous judgment. And so what I'm trying to do, it's unrighteous.
What about men who are in an unconscious state too? What about men who, because men also endure trauma.
Listen, y'all need to listen. You asked me about women, so now you can ask me about men. You need to understand the structure. Men are not the ones programmed. It is the woman that is programmed. No, listen to me. Listen to me. You ain't watched my show, so you're gonna hear some stuff that you
No, she said patriarchy has programmed men as well. Oh my God. No wonder she went and hopped on alive after she did this show, because she wants to make sure that she recaps her subscribers' minds. It's called recapping the mind. Like you heard since my audience is on here as well, you heard somebody else, other people speak with other ideas and other notions and other ideologies and other reasons. So let me come back over to my platform and let me recap your mind with my bullshit so that you don't stray away. Oh, she's slick. Oh, she's real slick. Oh, this is a demon. This is a demon. She is a demon.
I never heard before.
She doesn't want her subscribers to free think. She doesn't want her subscribers to gain free thinking knowledge. She don't want them thinking in any other direction but hers, because then her money will dwindle. Her YouTube money will dwindle. Her book money will dwindle. Her workshop money will dwindle. Oh, she's slick. Oh, this a slick bitch.
Oh, we live in a hierarchical structure of patriarchy that places the male on top of the female. Males, their biological or psychological wiring requires that you train them the way you want them to go before the age of 5. What has occurred is patriarchy placed men in a position of freedom where they are not being controlled like you control your daughters. So men are not programmed. They have been left to run unconsciously wild and be controlled totally by their biological nature. So that's why women putting so much controls on their daughters and letting.
No. See, here's the thing. White men, Mexican men, I'll just say men of other races, they have a structural program for their males. This is why you don't see Chinese men out in the street killing each other. This is why you don't see white men out in the street acting a goddamn fool, right? Now you have the Mexican gangs out here that's, acting a damn fool, but they still have some standards that they walk and live by, right? If you don't look at the gang aspect of the Hispanic man, the other side of the Hispanic man, the working class, they have structural things for their men to do. It is only the Black community, the Black men, who have no structural programs to go through. See, white men will send their boys to boys' school, so they are around boys and they learn discipline and they get their education and different things like that. And then they have somewhere for them to gain employment after they do all this. They go to college. They are expected to behave in a certain manner because they're representing the family. Black people, they don't have a family, so therefore they aren't representing a family. They're representing themselves. And then when they do get a woman pregnant, they don't see the value in that, because there's no structural program for Black men. So she's not talking about men of other races. She's talking about Black men. Black men are the ones that are allowed to roam and do whatever the hell it is they want to do.
Their boys run wild, which is a falsehood. They are not programmed. Women are not teaching.
And the reason being is because they want the Black men to be filling up the prisons.
Their sons. They're not spending as much time on their sons as they're doing their daughters. So the male has no,
I agree.
He has no structure. That is not a program. That is his biological nature running wild. So what is the problem? The problem is this. Women have been psychologically conditioned to support and uphold male biological nature without challenging it. Okay? So this guy who was molested by his daddy, his father, who was a pastor, right? He was getting pretty much prison raped by his daddy, him and his sister. And his daddy was a pastor of a Southern Baptist church. And in his expression, he was saying that the church taught the women to take whatever they had to take in order to stay married. That is a fucking program. It ain't the males that are programmed. It is the women who are programmed to tolerate, no matter how you say it, because here's the thing, Farrakhan was preaching the same thing. Nobody give a damn about your profession. You a failure if you can't keep a man. This is the damn program. And so women did that. They did that. And they allowed these men to rape their children. They allowed them to molest their children under this program. So if we can't acknowledge that that's the truth, because I do not care to let's level the playing field, but women this, but women that. Women are the ones who got to be deprogrammed. And so here's the thing. I teach women the truth about this bullshit that you've been believing that was created by men, about men, for men. The Bible was written for men. It wasn't written for women. The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost don't include y'all ass. Okay? It talks to them. Okay? All of this is about men. It don't even include you. It teaches them how to use you and how to control male nature. But these dudes have no control. They have no self-control. They depend on women and institutions to control their behavior. If the lights go out right now, these men are waiting to start raping as many people as they can. They can't wait till the damn grid shut down.
So let me ask you a question.
And I know that
go ahead, Concrete.
Yeah, he pushed back on that pretty hard, like the notion that, if given the opportunity that most men would run them up, that the only thing that's keeping men.
All right, you guys, I'm not gonna stay on here any longer. I'm gonna go ahead. I want to finish listening to this, but thank you guys for tuning in and going on this field trip with me. This is what I used to do back when I was heavily involved in YouTube. I used to take my subscribers on a field trip to other people's lives and give my commentary as they were, doing their shows live. So anyway, thank y'all for tuning in, and I will be back again more than likely next week to do part 2 of Princella's ideological subversion of the Black female, the weakest of them. So anyway, you guys have yourselves a good evening, and I will see you guys later. Don't hesitate to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you already haven't. And thank y'all once again.